Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We are excited to be bringing you on a cold and cloudy Saturday morning here in April. It's a big day for Metuchen High School. It's Metuchen Relays, as today a bunch of events on track, and right now the 5K has just gotten underway for the boys as they are off. They just got started a moment ago. We will be bringing you coverage up through 12:30 all the way through the 4x2 boys runs from approximately 12 to 12:30 Eastern. So they are already onto their first lap today. And just to go through a rundown of what we'll see today, we'll have the 5-kilometer heats today until approximately 10 o'clock. Then we'll have some 400s from the girls and the boys taking you to about 10:35. Then we start with the 4x100s for the girls and the boys up until 11:10, and then 4x800 all the way to 11:40, and then the 4x200s all the way to 12:30. So right now we are about 2 minutes into this race. In the 5K, it is overall the individual meet record for the 5K is Sean Lyons, who ran a 15-minute 2-second in Morristown in 2014. And in talks with Dylan Manfrey a couple days ago, he said that you can expect 17 minutes or 18 minutes on average, but 15 or 16 minutes can happen. And as I said a couple minutes ago, 2014 Sean Lyons ran a 15:02. So could anybody get under 15 minutes? As we are into this 5-kilometer race, we are going to have 3 heats for this one, as this is the first of 3 heats today. As they come through the back part of the track now, almost single file. It's 2 runners side by side for 4th, as leading them through the final turn and coming back across, as we are now at 2 minutes and 45 seconds here in this first race. As they come across, and Jacob Beecher from Metuchen runs in 3rd. The senior right now is the highest running Bulldog, and I believe the only Bulldog in this race, as Jacob Beecher, the senior, is in 3rd. Definitely someone to watch out for. He's been very strong all season, going all the way back to cross country in the fall, winter track, and of course this spring season. As this is the first big meet of the spring season, first of many for Metuchen here in the spring. We are now at 3 minutes and 22 seconds. So we'll keep our eye out here on Jacob Beecher. Jacob Beecher is currently in 3rd place at this point. As we are now at 3 minutes and 42 seconds here. And as I said, the record for this 5K is Sean Lyons in 2014 from Morristown, who ran a 15:02:09, so just over 15 minutes. Jacob Beecher keeping up with the leaders at this point. As they come across right past the press box right now and come down, it's at 4 minutes and 11 seconds as the top 7 now have broken away from everyone else. Then there's 4 runners and then about 8 or 9 more a little further behind. Right now, single file through the first turn, and Jacob Beecher runs in 3rd place. So one of the big deals, this is Metuchen Relays. Big track meet right here at Metuchen High School, and boy are we excited to host. And we'll go through now the events for the entire day as the racing continues. As I said, we will be live until 12:30 through the 4x2 for the boys. So it starts with these 5Ks with 3 heats, then 400 for the girls, 400 hurdle, then 400 for the boys. Then we start with the 4x100 for the girls at 10:35, 4x100 for the boys at 10:50. Then we'll have 4x8 for the girls at 11:10, followed by 4x8 for the boys. Then 4x2 all the way to 12:30. We won't be broadcasting these afterwards, but just so you know, 1,600 meters for the girls, then the 1,600 meters for the boys, 100 hurdles for the girls, 110 hurdles for the boys, then Sprint medley for the girls around 2:10. Sprint medley for the boys, 400 meters for the girls and the boys, all the way to 3:35. Now, after that, an 800 sprint medley for the girls and the boys. Distance, 12 to 4 to 8 to 16 for the girls and the boys. And then we end with the 4x4 at 4:35 and then 4:50. At this point now, we are 5 minutes and 55 seconds into this, and the biggest thing about this track meet is the number of schools that are here. We have like 30 schools that are here today, participating from all across New Jersey, and if you didn't see the picture on Twitter, we had a picture up, and there are just so many different schools with tents stationed all over here, the Metuchen grounds. We've got schools from everywhere. We've got Freehold, Manville. It's not just the local schools. We have schools coming from far away participating today, along with some of Metuchen's closest rivals, including Edison High School and Bishop R, who are also here. Right now, at this point, the top three have gotten away. Jacob Beecher is in that mix, as we have eclipsed 6 minutes. Now it's 6 minutes, 42 seconds, as once again, the record is 15 minutes, 2 seconds for this race. It's the three up front, then four, I'd say about 5-6 seconds back at least, and then three more, a couple packs of three, and then six in the very back. Jacob Beecher is the only Bulldog runner in this first race, and right now, hanging up there pretty tough with the leaders, hanging in third place as 7 minutes and 10 seconds have passed. They come down the stretch in the back now. Jacob Beecher falling back slightly from the two leaders, has fallen back by about a second or two. Still trying to hang on to third place here. As we are now 7 minutes and 30 seconds, so halfway to what is the record time here in the 5K, the first event of Metuchen Relays. As Jacob Beecher now has come back up on the two leaders, so the three are all under a blanket coming across and coming towards the clock, and they'll hit that just about 8 minutes, a couple seconds past, and now they have a huge gap over 4th through 7th, which includes a runner from South Hunterdon and a couple others, and then three more behind them, about 5-10 seconds, and then St. Joe's, East Brunswick, and South Hunterdon all together, and then all the way to the back. But right now, coming around the second corner and onto the back part of the track right now, as we are 8 minutes and 26 seconds into this one, Jacob Beecher hanging tight here for Metuchen. It would be great for Metuchen to get a good jump here on Metuchen Relays here in this first race of the very busy day. And right now, he is hanging tight in third place, as we are about to hit 9 minutes at this point. And there are events going on all across here, the Metuchen territory today. Along with the running, we also have some throwing going on, but not on the field, on the other field by the bus circle. So it is just a very busy day all over Metuchen High School grounds. As Jacob Beecher staying tough, right now it's the top three, and it's very far distance back to 4th through 7th, as South Brunswick, a runner there, and a runner from the north all together, as we are at 9 minutes, 26 seconds, and Jacob Beecher currently runs third. The question is, will he be able to outrun the top two towards the end of the race? We see him running in third. Is he hanging back there? Would he try to get past them towards the end? Does he have enough speed to do so? Jacob Beecher, though, has gone down and is in pain, it looks like. It's not a good sign for Metuchen. Yeah, Jacob Beecher is shaken up as a bunch of Metuchen players are over there. A bunch of Metuchen runners have gone over. Hopefully Jacob Beecher is all right. So once again, he is the only Metuchen runner in this first heat of the 5K. as they're checking on Jacob Beecher right now. The race does continue. We're at 10 minutes and 38 seconds. So they're checking on Jacob Beecher. We'll give you an update as soon as it becomes available. As at this point now, as we are just under 11 minutes through, the top two now have gotten away from everybody else as they continue to check on Jacob Beecher. I did not see if it was contact or a non-contact injury. We see Coach Holleran over there checking on him, along with a bunch of Bulldog runners, so we're hoping for the best here for Jacob Beecher. As meanwhile, in the race right now, coming through the final corner, coming towards 11 minutes 35 seconds, so only a few more laps, and it's two runners up in front of everybody else, neither of them from Metuchen, but it's going to come down to the two of them. We'll try to get a look at which schools they are from on their uniforms when we get a chance, but right now they are more than half of a straightaway ahead of third, fourth, and fifth, led by a runner from South Brunswick and a runner from the north. And then another South Brunswick runner is in 8th, and another one in 10th. South Brunswick has a lot of people in this race. Bishop Barr has a runner in 9th place right now. St. Joe's has a runner in 12th. Let's see, East Brunswick has a runner in 13th, and the North 14th. Highland Park, one of Metuchen's bitter rivals in all sports, is 15th. As they continue here, now at 12 minutes, 40 seconds. And a good sign, Jacob Beecher is up, so that's a good sign for Metuchen. Hopefully he's all right, but he is up, so that is a good sign here for Metuchen as they're still checking on him, but hoping for the best here for Jacob Beecher, one of the big runners for the Bulldogs, hoping for a big day here at Metuchen Relays, but unfortunately an injury here in the first heat of the first event of the day. As coming around at 13 minutes, 10 seconds, and I believe it's 2 more laps as the runner from Seton Hall Prep right now is up front. 2 more laps, and now we're going to really keep an eye. As we said, the record is 15 minutes and 2 seconds. As 13 minutes, 33 seconds is the time. I really think, though, it's going to be close, but I think he's going to be a little short of the record, as he's at 13:43 as he rounds the bend just behind the goalpost and would be coming through the third and fourth turns at this point. At 13 minutes, 53 seconds. As now here he comes through the fourth turn, and now across down the straight. We'll see what he can do here. 14 minutes, 9 seconds. He would have to really turn on the jets to get the record. I don't think so, but he has a big lead over second place. As the final lap begins right here. 14:20. Seton Hall Prep runs second, but I don't think they'll be able to catch the man in front here at 14 minutes, 33 seconds as he comes through the first and second corner. He won't get the record, but this will still be a very strong showing in the early to mid-15s. "14 minutes, 52 seconds. Coming up on a big pack of runners in front of him, about 6, I'd say, just in front of him. But they are going to get to the low lane, and he moves up to the second lane to get around them. 15:07, so the record won't be hit, but he will get pretty close. A very strong performance from this runner today, as in the first heat will come to an end in just a moment, as here he comes jogging hard through and coming towards the time. Let's see what the official time is going to be, and he's going to get there at 15:28, so only 26 seconds off the record, and for a 5K, that is pretty impressive. Seton Hall Prep, it looks like, did get second with a 15:36. That was second place. As the final runners come across here in the first of 3 heats here for the 5K. We have 2 more, and then we get to the shorter races. As the final runners come across, including St. Joseph's, Highland Park, who will both get somewhere around 16:30, probably a couple seconds less as they come very close to the stripe. St. Joseph's is going to get in at approximately, and it looks like 16:25. Highland Park just behind at 16:27. East Brunswick in the north sending a couple runners. That will get, let's see, 16:38 respectively, 16:38 and 16:40 respectively. Final few runners come across. So the one big story in this one for Metuchen, hopefully Jacob Beecher is all right. He went down about 7 minutes, I'd say, into this race while running in 3rd place. So we'll hope for the best for him. But Metuchen, who really wanted to jump out, I mean, being home today for this meet, definitely comfortable. They didn't have to travel like everybody else, but they weren't able to pull it out here. So hopefully they'll be able to get some more success going. So before the second heat, let's have a word from some of our sponsors here on the Metuchen High School podcast. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, self-defense, discipline, and fitness from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who is interested in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach to teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
Insurance. It's a commodity. It shouldn't be an impulse buy. Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams, and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Eckert, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Ed's #1 concern is Metuchen. Once again, that's 732-548-4444 or at 54 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Farmers, making the Brainy Borough smarter about insurance. We are farmers.
All right, welcome back. We are about to get started here in the second heat. So a little preview of what to expect here on the podcast coming soon. Yes, we will have a new show when we get back to school on Wednesday. A couple shows in April, and we are also expecting to get one or two at least baseball broadcasts in before the end of the season. So we'll have updates on Twitter as to when those may be. As we're about to get started in the second heat here for the 5K. Here in the Metuchen Relays, our second event of the day. We'll be live up through 12:30 with the 4x4 races at that time, as they all line up in the starting spot. Starting spot here on the Metuchen track for this is right before entering the third turn after the clock. So, right by the end zone, right by the goal line on the left side of the press box here. As the sun is starting to come out a little bit, as the runners are just about ready to get going in just a moment. But anyway, the clouds, it's still very cloudy, but the sun is starting to come out. We're inside, but maybe it's gotten a little warmer, but still very unseasonably cold. As here we go, we are getting started here in this one. And we'll take a look as they come across the first 10 to see if there are any Metuchen runners here in the second heat. And actually let's see what this is. Actually, they're going to send them back here. I didn't really see what that was about. This is my first track meet, guys, so, I mean, I don't know all of the ins and outs of track per se, but this will get better, these Metuchen Relays broadcasts over the future years, so.
There's a false
start.
Somebody could have cut somebody off too soon. Who knows?
They can do a restart.
So they will do a restart here of this second heat, so that was a false start right there.
They might have been lined up in the wrong spot. You never know.
So let's see if they can get them properly lined up and get this second heat going right here. Second of 3 heats here in the 5K. And once they come across, we'll see if there are any Metuchen runners here in the second race. As here we go, we are underway. They're off, and yes, this is a very big race, much bigger than the last one. At least, I'd say at least 25 running right here.
Probably close to 30.
As here they come, a couple of South Brunswick runners run 2nd through 5th right now. Once again, a lot of South Brunswick runners in this race as they come across. I did not see any Metuchen runners in this one, but I'll take a double check next time they come by, as we are now 40 seconds into this. Right now everyone's still together, but that could change as time goes on. One runner has jumped out in the lead. We'll take a look at the uniform when they come by to see what school that is. And there are a bunch of South Brunswick runners around 2nd through 5th. There was also a Seton Hall prep runner up there as well, as a couple runners have fallen a little further back behind everybody else, as we are just about a little more than a minute now here into this second race of the day. Coming through, there were 4 runners now getting really close together for the lead. There's a Seton Hall prep runner right up there, as here they come through the 4th corner, and we'll try to get a look and see who is, which schools are leading. The runner who had led the first couple minutes has fallen back to 3rd place now. As continuing, South Brunswick has now gotten 2 into the first pack of 5, and now a whole big gaggle of runners is starting to pounce here, about 10 at least altogether, right behind, and a couple more single file a little further back. As they continue now 2 minutes into the race, and into their second full lap. As it is 5 runners altogether up front, and then at least 10 or 12, it looks like, right behind them here in the second 5K for today. A busy day here at Metuchen Relays, and like I said, now even more present. The sun is starting to come out a little more right here, as the race continues, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Doesn't look like there are any Bulldogs here in the second heat. Jacob Beecher ran the first one, but unfortunately could not finish due to an injury about 7 minutes into that one while running 3rd. So not the best of starts from Metuchen, but definitely something that they can build on. South Brunswick now getting a runner up to 2nd. Seton Hall Prep has one in 4th. South Brunswick, in fact, has a runner in 5th as well. As now, it wasn't no longer a 5-runner breakaway. Now about 15 are all together, maybe in a single file line, it looks like now. Actually, no, South Brunswick staying up in that 2nd lane, as 2 runners right side by side right now. And there was a big break of almost, I'd say, at least 5 to 10 seconds between, we'll see, right, 6, 7. Here they come, the top 10. From between 19th and 20th right now is a split of about 10 seconds. That is the big break. The top 18 to 19 are really close together, and then it really spreads out from the back. As now there's a 3-runner breakaway up front. The original leader still trying to get a look at which school he is from. South Brunswick is also got a runner right up there, so the top 3 here are now at 4 minutes 13 seconds into the second race. As they continue here, a couple new runners coming up towards the front into the top 5. Seton Hall Prep's runner in this race has fallen back to 9th after starting up in 3rd place. As they continue up here, now coming up near 5 minutes, now 4 minutes 42 seconds into this race. It's very close up there. 3 runners trying to get a breakaway. That's exactly what happened in the first race. Jacob Beecher and the pair were able to break away from the rest and allowed one runner to just completely pull away towards the end. But at least at this point, and now we're at 5 minutes into this race, a lot of guys really still hanging tough, as there are still about 12, 13 runners who are within 10 seconds of that lead. So still a lot of people who have a chance here, as we're about a third of the way through this one. As the race continues, and now this field all the way towards the back though has really spread out. The last runners are only about halfway through the back straightaway, as the leaders come about halfway through the front part of the track. As now we're at 5 minutes and 43 seconds, and it remains a three runner breakaway. Rutgers Prep has a runner up there, as does South Brunswick. The South Brunswick runner, who has slowly been getting closer and closer to the front, he was in 6th when this race first started, and he started to move further and further, and now he is in front as the Rutgers Prep runner starts to fall back a little, tailing back, maybe trying to save some energy for the latter part of this race. But he is falling back from the top 2 as South Brunswick remains with a runner on top. Now, 6 minutes, 23 seconds have elapsed here in the second race. There was one more 5K after this one here at Metuchen Relays, as this is the first big event of the season for spring track. As now South Brunswick getting a little bit of an edge over second place, but he might just be saving some energy because he did sever some of that gap, and he's starting to come a little closer. As we near 7 minutes, they'll be at about 7 minutes as they come across there. As here they come across right by the press box where we are. South Brunswick in front. Rutgers Prep, the runner who had led at the beginning part of the race, has now fallen all the way back to 7th. South Brunswick now has 5 runners in the top 12. Seton Hall Prep is all the way back to 14th place. There are so many South Brunswick runners in this race. I've counted 7 from South Brunswick who are running this second heat, and they had 4 in the first heat as well. So South Brunswick, really a lot of presence here in these first couple races, so you expect some good finishes with these numbers that they have. As now 7 minutes 43 seconds, and South Brunswick their runner is going to fall back to 2nd, it looks like, and getting in front. Well, we still haven't seen what school that is. We'll really try to take a look here in yellow, that is. They've got a runner in 1st and in 3rd. South Brunswick has 2nd and then 9th, and then 11th, 12th, 15th. As here they come now down the stretch once again. Trying to get a look at what school that is. I'm not entirely sure who that is in yellow. But at this point now, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. And South Brunswick has a runner in 2nd. The Rutgers Prep runner, who was leading earlier in the race, has now fallen back to 10th place. And still, this is much closer, I'd say, at this point, at least among the leaders. than it was in the first race, where the top three just absolutely checked out on everybody else. But I know it's starting to spread out, but overall the top, I'd say about 12 are still pretty close together, and then it really spreads out to sets of 1 or 2 further back. Now 9 minutes, 2 seconds here in the second heat of 3 in the 5K. South Brunswick has a runner in second, as it's 2 groups of 3 runners. The second runner from the school in yellow has now caught up to the 2 leaders. His fellow runner from his same school, and then the runner from South Brunswick, and then there's another group of 3 behind. As here they come once again towards the press box side. And it's very close between these guys. South Brunswick right there at 9 minutes, 47 seconds. South Brunswick's now other runners run 8th and 9th. And 11th place. After 12th, it's a little bit spread out back to 13th, where a Seton Hall prep runner runs. A couple more South Brunswick, 14th, 15th, and 16th. As they continue here, New Brunswick has a runner in 20th, right behind South Brunswick. Another South Brunswick in 21st, Union Catholic in 22nd, and then 23rd, it looks like. And then 24th is Seton Hall Prep at this point. Meanwhile, the leaders coming through the 3rd and 4th corners just behind the goal post, as we are now 10 minutes, 42 seconds into this second heat. Right now, South Brunswick hanging tough. And he is going to get himself back into the lead, the runner from South Brunswick, now leading the group of 3 up front as they come right past us right here. One of the runners in yellow is falling back a little from the top 2, so maybe saving some energy, but he is falling back by a few seconds. South Brunswick now has 3 runners in the top 10. They've got 7th and 8th place locked up at this point. The runner from Seton Hall Prep was all the way up as high as 2nd place at one point in this race, but that has changed, now all the way back to 13th place. As now we are 11 and a half minutes into the second heat. One of the 3 leaders has fallen well back of them now, so it's now 1 in yellow and South Brunswick, who are the top 2, separated by about a second right now. And now a lot of slower runners who are going to end up getting lapped here, moving towards the inside, so you can expect the leaders to move up to the 2nd lane, as we are seeing right now as they come through the 4th turn. And it's South Brunswick here at 12 minutes, 15 seconds. And now, making a move, is the runner in yellow, who goes all the way down to the inside of the now lapped runner and gets side by side with the runner from South Brunswick. Very smart move there. And now he's got a chance as they try to hang tough. But now the South Brunswick runner makes a little move and speeds it up a little through the first turn and is going to spread his gap a little more. 12 minutes, 44 seconds. I believe they're going to be coming to 2 laps to go in the second heat when they come around, as the leaders are now on the back part of the track right now. About to cross the 50-yard line as they do, as they come across here towards the 3rd turn. And the South Brunswick runner has trying to hang on here and has spread his gap slightly over 2nd place. South Brunswick looking for their first victory of the day in the second race here for Metuchen Relays. There are no Metuchen Bulldogs in this race. We'll see if we have some in the 3rd heat. Jacob Beecher is the only Metuchenite to participate in anything so far on the track today, but this is only the 2nd event. As the South Brunswick runner comes to 13 minutes and 47 seconds it looks like he'll come across. As they come across, and it looks like we'll have 2 laps to go, I believe. South Brunswick, that is a pretty sizable gap, and we'll see if the runner in yellow can catch up. A fellow classmate of his runs in 3rd. The Seton Hall Prep runner has now fallen back to 15th place. New Brunswick now has a runner up to 9th, so they are gaining, as we are now at 14 minutes and 23 seconds. It's coming up here, the South Brunswick runner, through the 3rd turn, now right behind the goalpost, and a pretty sizable margin over 2nd place. We will have one more of these 5K heats coming up today, as the South Brunswick runner taking it down, 14 minutes, 52 seconds. Coming across here, just about to hit 15 minutes here at the clock as he comes past the press box and coming towards the line. The South Brunswick runner will cross at 15 minutes and 8 seconds. And it looks like this, I believe, is the final lap, as we are at 15 minutes and 18 seconds. As the South Brunswick runner now has a pretty sizable margin. He was up front this entire race, was running in about 5th, and then made his move and was able to get in front of everybody else and really hasn't surrendered the lead since about the 5-minute mark, as he has really spread his gap. And the school in yellow that will try to get a look. The one thing, their font is in white on their uniform, so it's very difficult to read it on the yellow schools. But they will get 2 now, so they won the first race and get 2nd and 3rd here. So they are clearly, so far, the best here at Metuchen Relays. As the South Brunswick runner really gunning it, trying to get as fast as he can. He's at 16 minutes and 4 seconds as they come across the press box. Really speeding up is the runner in yellow, but as is the runner for South Brunswick, and he'll be coming across the line at 16 minutes and 18 seconds, and right at 16:19, a second behind. Great job by the runner for the yellow school. And in 3rd, right behind at 16:27, is his fellow classmate. As the rest of the runners start moving by, there's a school in white and black who are going to send them to 4th and 5th at 16:41. That was Rawley who got those. As the rest of the runners come by, there were runners who were a lap back. So anyway, South Brunswick has won this 2nd race. We'll be back for the 3rd heat in a moment. First, let's get a word from our sponsors.
Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
give a thank you to some of our sponsors. Thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses.
Ah, yes,
All right, so welcome back here. 2 heats complete in the 5K, as South Brunswick was able to notch the victory in the second race. Rawley was able to get a pair in the top 5. Here at Metuchen Relays, the first big event of the spring track season today. As I'm Eddie Kalegi, bringing it to you here on the Metuchen High School podcast. And as I said, we will have a new show coming on Wednesday. The Metuchen High School podcast will be back with a brand new show. Lots of big guests. We'll be talking sports. We'll also be talking about how Metuchen has taken its part in the gun violence debate and the shooting at Parkland. And we'll also be talking about some ways to get ready for standardized tests. Because, as you know, Park is coming up, and we'll be looking at some different ways to study your best and get ready for the standardized tests coming up soon. As the third heat is getting ready, the first few runners making their way towards the line. This is the girls' heat after the first 2 were boys' heats, so we'll see what happens here in this third race. As I've said, this is my first track meet, so I apologize if I don't know the schools completely or the runners completely, but this is my first track meet. Hopefully this will be better once we do future Metuchen Relays, because this is one of the big sporting events here at Metuchen High School all year. And as the podcast, we really want to cover some of the biggest ones. We do the Thanksgiving football game, the opening basketball game, so we'll try to do the same here. As the girls are off and we're underway, we'll take a look as they come through who, if any, are Metuchen runners as they come through. This is a smaller race than the second race. As we take a look, there are 14 runners in this race. As coming down right towards us here. As to they come, it doesn't look like there's any Metuchen runners in this race. So far, Jacob Beecher is the only Bulldog participant as they're underway and will cross the line with the clock for the first time. The line with the clock is just before entering the first turn, as we're at 46 seconds now in this third race. Also, as mentioned, and you can also see in the description, we will be on through 12:30 through the 4x2 races, and that's when we'll sign off. But we will be live until then here on the Metuchen High School podcast. Just over a minute has gone by. And when they come by this time, we'll see exactly which schools are up front and see which ones we can decipher. As there is a 2-runner breakaway up front, and then third has a slight margin from fourth on back, which is still a pretty sizable pack of runners. As they are now complete through 1 lap. 1 minute, 33 seconds now. So remember, after this, we move to the 400 for the girls. 12 heats from about 10 to 10:15. So we'll see what happens in that one. As coming across through the 4th turn, the leader is from the Patriots, and then the second, looks like that's a runner for North Edison. Third is a runner for Brick, and then it's a big group of runners right behind, a couple from the school in yellow. As they come across here, now across the line, 2 minutes, 17 seconds. The girls' mile record, just so you guys are aware, the 5K, it was run by Danielle Leavitt from Lacey High School in 2013, and she ran 17 minutes and 53 seconds. The boys, the first race, the runner was only 26 seconds off that record, so we'll see if anyone can get close to that for the girls, as the top 2 have really spread out at this point from everyone else. The first place runner now has almost a 10-second advantage, as we're just about to hit 3 minutes as they are going, as the leader is through turn 3 and coming through towards the 4th turn. As we said, 14 runners in this race, very similar to the first race. The second race was the one with a lot of entries. There were almost 30 that were running in that one. As here they come through, and now about right here by the press box. The first place runner has a pretty sizable advantage of at least 10 seconds at this point. And then it's an equal distance, it looks like, from second back to third. Brick has a runner in third, and then it's really close from fourth on back. So the top three have really been able to get away. Very different style than we saw from the first two races when the runners that were up front, it was really about a three-runner breakaway in both races. The first race, it was a runner from the school in yellow, Seton Hall Prep, and Jacob Beecher, until Jacob Beecher went down with the injury. And then the second race, we saw the two from the school in yellow and South Brunswick that had all gotten away. And then South Brunswick ultimately was able to outrun them in the final few laps and get away. As the lead is getting very sizable for first place now, it continues to extend, as we have now hit 4 minutes and 32 seconds. As she comes just behind the goalpost, this is the girls' 5K. The first two races were the boys' 5K. And the girls' record, 17 minutes, 53 seconds. We're at 4:47 at this point. As coming through now, past the 50-yard line and coming past the press box and towards the clock, 5 minutes and 9 seconds right here. And it's a huge lead. We'll see how many seconds exactly. 5:13 is the runner in first from the school that's called the Patriots. As I said, this is my first meet, so I don't know exactly who's who right now. We do know there's a runner for Edison, and we'll see how far back, as she's going to cross the line at 5:31, so 18 seconds off the lead that time. Third place runner for Brick is going to come across as they come very close to the clock. They'll come across at 5:41. And then she's actually got some competition. There's a couple more Patriots, a couple more in yellow, and a runner from Rahway are all coming close. So now at 6 minutes, as the final girl is about to come across. And the lead is really just continuing to extend for the runner from the Patriots, as she's through turn 4. Edison has not even entered turn 3 yet, and only about halfway down the back part of the track for third place Brick. About to hit 6.5 minutes. So, as we said, we will have a new show coming on Wednesday, and a couple baseball broadcasts coming up during that season. I'll have updates on Twitter, and we might say during the show exactly who is going to be, which games we'll be doing, and when. And those, of course, will be live right here on YouTube. And it's just me, Eddie Kalegi, today. Dylan Manfrey could not attend, but he will be on the show on Wednesday talking about Metuchen relays and baseball and a lot of other stuff going on in Metuchen athletics right now. So the leader is going to lap her first runner here, as we are at 7 minutes and 17 seconds here in the 5K. The one thing that I am impressed with her is that she is really keeping a consistent pace right now. She did not go really fast at the very beginning. In fact, she was not first right out of the starting gate. She was actually back and forth. But she has not slowed or sped up at all as this race has progressed. Just staying at the same speed here for 7 minutes, now almost 8 minutes of time, and having a lot of success at this point. She's going to come through here, coming up towards the press box, as we now hit 8 minutes. And once again, the girls' record was claimed by Danielle Leavitt of Lacey High School with a 17:53 5 years ago in 2013. And this is the last of the 5Ks. 8 minutes, 18 seconds as she's going to cross the line. And the runner in second now is just coming through the fourth turn. So we'll see what the official spread between the two of them is when she crosses the line. As she's going to come right across by the press box now, across by the 40-yard line, now the 50. The runner from Brick, I think, has actually gained a little bit on second place over the last lap and has been able to spread her lead over fourth and fifth places slightly. As 8:50 across the line, so it's a 32-second advantage right now for the leading runner. So we are now 9 minutes into this race. So if you guys hear the jiggling of metal, it's just the metal's getting all ready. A lot of metals today, obviously. As now the runner coming through here at 9 minutes, 30 seconds as they come through the fourth turn. It's a big lead over second place, and as I've noticed now, the runner from Burke is starting to gain. It's ever so slightly, but she is gaining on second place. But the thing is there enough time to get to that level and get up to the second fastest time, as we are just about to hit double digits as the leading runner crosses the line at 9:56. And as I said, the consistent speed really, she is keeping a consistent speed right now and is really starting to spread the gap a little. As second place is going to come by and really across the line, coming up soon, and the leader is up to coming out of the second turn right now and coming towards the back part of the track. Third place is Brick. This one in yellow has fourth and fifth. There's a Carteret runner who is going to be passed, it looks like here, who's lapped down. A couple more Patriots in sixth and seventh. And in ninth, in fact. Highland Park in 10th. As now we're going to hit just about 11 minutes, 10 minutes, 53 seconds. As they continue, still remaining in first place. It's the runner from the Patriots. South Brunswick was able to take the victory in the second heat. This one is the girls' 5K. As she's going across at about 11 minutes and 30 seconds. We're at 11:24 now as she comes up towards the line. And we'll see what the time is as she crosses the line. And she will cross right at 11:30. Second place is Edison, who is actually pulled a little further ahead over Brick at this point. It looks like that gap has spread a little from the last lap. As the Edison runner is going to come across right around the 50-yard line and head towards the time stand heading into the first turn. And we'll see it was a 32-second gap 2 laps ago. And the leader crossed at 11:30. She'll cross at 12:06. So it's a 36-second gap. So she's been gaining her gap now by 2 seconds a lap, which is pretty impressive. And still trying to keep up the speed and being pretty successful doing so at this point. So we are now at 12 minutes, 22 seconds here in this 5K run. And the lead is incredible right now. The leader is coming into turn 4. Second place is just coming down the backstretch. It is a big lead right now here. As she comes across now at 12 minutes, 50 seconds as we'll figure out how fast this lap was. The last lap, she was at 11:30, as she's going to come across, coming towards the clock. 13 minutes now, says the clock, and she will cross right here at a 13:07. So that lap was a 1 minute 37 second lap, and that's a pretty consistent time, especially for this late in the race, being able to keep up such a high speed this late in the race. As Edison's runner is going to be second. Brick trying to hang on to third. And now at 13 minutes, 34 seconds. Just a reminder, the record is 17:53 for the girls' 5K. We'll see if that could be eclipsed today. It's unlikely that something like that would happen. You know, records are very hard to get, but in a case like this, and the way that this runner has just dominated so far in this race, it could be possible, especially with such a lead that she has over second place at this point. As with the clock now over 14 minutes, we're at 14:06. A lot of people getting warmed up with hurdles. There's a lot of big events coming as this day continues. As your leader, 14 minutes, 27 seconds. It's going to come across. Coming towards the time. And second place is just entering the third turn as we speak. She's going to cross at 14 minutes, 45 seconds.
Report to the black tent. Report to the black tent.
As now 15 minutes here. In this race. Brooke now is trying to hang on to third, but I think the school in yellow has gotten by her, so she has fallen to fourth, and the gap from second to third has increased once again. Now 15 minutes, 27 seconds in this race, and the leader is going to take it through the third turn now, coming up towards behind the goalpost. The main pack is from 5th to 8th. There are 4 runners who are running very close together at this point. They're just coming across now. 9th and 10th are coming through the 4th turn, about 10 seconds ahead of your leader, as 15 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock. The lead is growing over Edison. It is nearly half a lap at this point. And once again, that consistent speed continuing, something that a distance runner needs is to have that consistent speed and being able to just continue and be able to stay at that consistent speed, because you know everyone's going to get slowed down, they're going to get tired, and if you can do something like that, you're just going to keep extending your lead as the race goes on. 16 minutes, 26 seconds as she comes across. Now 16:32 as she's going to come through the first turn, coming towards now and through the second turn. Down the back straightaway. The runner from Edison is back at 16:50 right now. School in Yellow's got third. Brick has fourth. Brick participating in their first event of the day, and they'll get a solid run here as it's a pretty sizable gap for fourth place at this point. As taking it through right here is your leader, now behind the goalpost at 17:18. Here comes your leader, right across here. 17:42. Heading towards the line. 17:53, 17:54. And this might be the final lap, I don't know for sure. So the record won't be eclipsed. 18 minutes, 5 seconds now. And it's a very big lead over second place. So once again, this is the Metuchen High School Podcast. I'm Eddie Kalegi, broadcasting the Metuchen Relays today. Our first sports broadcast now in almost 2 months since the basketball season came to an end. And we did 5 throughout the basketball season. Of course, we did a couple football broadcasts. This is probably the only track broadcast we'll do this year. And we'll probably have a couple more baseball broadcasts coming in the next few weeks. And obviously, a new show coming here to the YouTube channel on Wednesday, as the leader taking it down through the third and the fourth turns. And there is events going on all over Metuchen property today, along with the running. There is throwing events going on in the other field over by the bus circle today. So it's just a busy day, and it's great for Metuchen to be able to host such a big event, and with so many different schools coming from all over New Jersey, set up all over the field, as hustling, trying to get to the line. 1916. And coming to the line, it's going to be 1923 for the winner. Nice job there at a 1924. About a minute and a half off the record, but she was able to just flat out just pull away from everybody else today. Right from the start, from the first lap, she had the advantage and she was able to take the lead. Now second place is really hustling and trying to get a good finish. The runner from Brick has fallen back to 5th now, passed by another Patriot at 4th. It's North Edison. Here they come. Trying to get it before 20 minutes. She won't, but she's going to get pretty close, as she's going to come across at a 20:06, 34 seconds. 34 seconds off the lead pace. So we'll be back in a moment. First, let's get a word from some of our sponsors. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach to teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. That's right. Insurance, it's a commodity. It shouldn't be an impulse buy. Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams, and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Eckert, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Farmers, making the Brady Borough smarter about insurance. Welcome back here to the press box here at Metuchen High School, as 3 5Ks are just about in the books as the final runners come across here. Here on the Metuchen High School Podcast, I'm Eddie Kalegi. So the third race is complete. This is the first girls race of the day. First of many. We will be on the air until 12:30 today, about an hour into today's broadcast. Dylan Manfrey and Josh Hyman could not be here for today's broadcast, so it's just me taking you through to 12:30 today. And remember, Wednesday we will have a new show, and on the MHS Podcast, episode 13, we'll be joined by Dylan Manfrey, our sports contributor, to talk about today's Metuchen Relays and the baseball and softball teams, along with different ways to get ready for the standardized tests to try to do better. And lastly, we'll be joined by some of the Metuchen students who are getting involved in the fight against gun violence And what they are doing here at Metuchen High School to try to help something that is much bigger than just the high school, really something that has to do with our entire country. So that should be a very interesting show. And we'll have another show in 2 weeks after that. And we'll also let you know on Twitter and probably on one of the shows when our upcoming baseball broadcast will be. As the final couple runners will come across here. 23:17 is the first time. The second will be at just about 23:28, it looks like, as she is going to come across and get across right at 23:28. So, some other races coming up here. So, we got a lot of stuff coming up in these next couple hours to bring you. The distance races are complete now. The real distance races. Now it's more about sprinting and short times. The hurdles are getting set up. So the hurdles are getting set up on the track here by some of the Metuchen Bulldog runners, being that we are the hosts of this event, as they get set up right around in comparison to the football field at about the 22 and the 36 yard lines. As we are sitting here in the press box, it's weird being back here. We haven't been in the press box here since back in November for the Thanksgiving football game. As the hurdles are getting set up here, as the 400 hurdles for the girls will get started soon. Yep, and the girls' 400 for the hurdles is about to start. So they are getting ready, as we will get started in just a couple of minutes. So, while we have a break, let's get a word from some of our other sponsors. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020 or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Let's give a thank you to some of our other loyal sponsors. Thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses. So, welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast, as we'll have the 400 hurdles for the girls coming up soon. So this is my first track meet, and so many events going on today, and I'm just blown away because the medals are being set up right here, and how many medals we have today. It's amazing how many events there are.
I'm not even halfway done.
There are just so many medals. So many kids are going to go home awarded today from so many different schools. Here at Metuchen High School, it's a big day as we are the hosts of this meet, and so many different schools here set up all over the track, and we've got throwing events going on in the bus circle. It's a big day here for spring track. As the girls get ready, we'll have the 400 hurdles coming up, first for the girls and then the boys, and then we'll start with the 4x1s, 4x8s, 4x2s. All of those will be live on here on the Metuchen High School podcast, and that's where we'll go for the day, as we'll be on live till approximately 12:30 with all of those events. And the events that we won't be broadcasting today, just so you're aware, we'll have 1,600 meters for the girls and the boys, the 100 hurdles for the girls and the boys, the sprint medley for the girls and the boys, then the 400 meters for each, 800 sprint medley, the distance medley, and then it wraps up with the 4x4s for the girls and the boys to wrap up the day. As here they go in this first 400 girls race. As more will get ready, we are expected to have 12 heats, so a lot of stuff is going to go on here. 1 minute 19 seconds, 1 minute 9 seconds actually was the time, so we'll take a closer look here in these upcoming races, as that was the first of many for the girls. So there are 2 hurdles set up, 3 actually, on the front side over here as we get ready for these hurdles. The first races, it really changes after the distance races. Now we get to the sprint hurdles, so things looking a little different here as we move on to this part of the day here. It's a long day. We were given a list of the times, the expected times based on entries, and the latest this might go is as late as 5:10 tonight. It could move a little faster, but we'll see. As the girls are going here and we're underway here, as the girls are starting their hurdles. And we'll take a look here and watch this one as they come by. This is the second heat. There are 5 and all 4 are very close together as they come through here into turn 4. Tightly contested battle as they come to the second to last hurdle. Union Catholic is in front right now. And it's very close right here as they come across. Union Catholic with the nose ahead. Good hurdle though on the inside lane. And it's going to be right up to the line. And I think the one in yellow is going to get it at 109. Union Catholic will get second in this second heat. As a good tight battle to the end. It was that last hurdle that the runner in the second lane really got a good jump over. The Union Catholic runner, I think, jumped a little too early and had a little bit of an awkward landing and didn't really get going as fast as she could have after that hurdle, and that's why she ended up second. But still a strong showing from both of them here in this second heat for the 400 hurdle. As the third group of girls get ready here. The shot fires and they're underway. As for this, they start right in turn 1, and now they come through past the first hurdle in turn 2. Now towards the backstretch, where there's 3 sets of hurdles. They come towards the first now. And it's a big gaggle. They were all very close. 3 are right neck and neck from second place. And now they're all gaining on the leader, who had a bit of trouble on that hurdle all the way on the outside lane. Here they come through the third corner. Oh, one of them just clipped a hurdle. Slowed her up a little bit, and now they're going to come through past that hurdle. We'll try to get a good camera angle of this finish, and at least as they come across. Piscataway is in front with a solid lead. Oh, but she hits a hurdle and goes down. And she's going to end up in third, it looks like. And a 1:15 for the winner of this one. That was a tough finish for the Piscataway runner. I thought she had that one, but clipped the final hurdle, as you saw, and went down. So 3 heats in the books, and a couple of intense finishes here.
We're also posting the results up on the wall of the school, so if you need to find out where the time is, you can do that as well. People in the back now for the girls' 400 hurdles.
So when you're done, give this back to me. This is the winner. Okay? Usually you start from the bottom up, and you only need to read his time.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll take 20 minutes.
So just a reminder, so we'll just let you know from that first race we have been provided from, it was Fad Nazaire who won the race with a 15:28:29, and he was from McNair Academic High School. Dan Gizzo ended up second from Seton Hall Prep. And in third, it was Brandon Diaz from South Brunswick High School. As we'll go back to that after this fourth heat is complete. Right now, it's pretty deadlocked, the top 2, as they continue to hurdle. And the third is really starting to catch them, so now it's going to be 3 really battling here towards the end. Three runners all under a blanket. 2 hurdles to go. One's going to really fall back there. North Brunswick is going to fall back, and here they come to the line. It's going to be a 1:16 for the winner. So back to the other things. So Von Nazar won that first. This is the first 5K that we saw today with the 15:28. Dan Glizzo ran a 15:37. Brandon Diaz was third from South Brunswick with a 15:54. Fourth was Cyril Harvey from Old Bridge with a 15:56. Cush Danny from Bridgewater had a 15:57. North Hunterdon was a 15:59. And then in seventh place was Daria Epiphania with a 16:05. Just behind him was David Essel from Bishop Bar. Rohit Narayanan from South Brunswick was 9th. And then 10th was MAL Audibert also from South Brunswick. In the girls' 5K, Jerica Lafrano from Union Catholic was first, followed by Emily Hogler from Freehold. Third was Shayla Morales from North Bergen. Fourth was Claire Chapeau from McNair. Fifth was Alexandra Simon from Freehold. Sixth was Anna Bergen from Brick. Seventh was Jaslyn Diaz from McNair. Eighth was Stacy DeBreas from McNair. Ninth was Ashley Sebelilia from Freehold. And 10th was Eden Brieslauser Friedman from Freehold as well.
Then you can say, you can come to the press box, pick up your medals. Please be quiet during the podcast.
Meanwhile, here in this next race, Bishop Bar has a runner coming up. Can she get over the hurdle? She's slightly behind and was a little slow through that hurdle. She's one more to go. Linden trying to get the victory here as they come through the final hurdle. Both are clear. Bishop Bar actually got a solid jump, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Linden High School is going to get a runner here to win this heat at a 1:13. So the 6th heat will get underway here. We've had a lot of intense battles here in these races. As this next heat will get underway. Right now, the fastest time I think any of these heats was 1:09. Don't quote me on that, but that looked like that was the fastest time we've seen. As only 3 running in this one, we'll see if anyone can catch the leader. And a little bit of a trouble on the first hurdle for the leader. And another runner is going to get by in burgundy. The runner in red and black has had some issues with these first couple hurdles and is going to fall back to 3rd. And wow, the leader has now really checked out on the rest of them here. How fast can she go? She's at 30 seconds and already hitting her last hurdle before turn 3 and 4. No hurdles in the turns, and then 3 right down the straightaway, 1 right out of the 4th turn, 1 just before the start of the press box, and 1 right around the 30-yard line. She's got a sizable gap. As they come through turn number 4, hits the first hurdle cleanly. Union High School trying to get a victory here. Here she comes. 1 minute 5 seconds. And it's a big gap back to second place. North Plainfield and North Edison. 1:18 is going to be her time as she crosses the line. Made a little contact with one of the hurdles towards the end, as does the North Edison runner in the back. But that's going to be a victory for her here, and I believe that was the 6th of 12 heats here for the 400 hurdles for the girls. So we'll have another one coming here. And then the boys will start with the hurdles after this, and then we'll start with the 4x1s right after that. So here comes the 7th heat. Looks like 4 on the starting line as they get ready to go here. And they are off and underway as the gunshot fires, and we're underway. Actually, there are 5 in this one, so this could get interesting. The runner who started first all the way on the upper lane has really gotten away and is really hustling and has had a couple clean hurdles. Here she comes and gets another clean one. Through the coming up towards the 3rd turn now, the first of 2 hurdles in the turn. She's going to come through turn number 3. Oh, she hits that hurdle. It's got another one coming right here. That one's good. This, honestly, I mean, I'm not a big runner at all, but I think this one coming right out of the turn, just the angle that you're at, I think that might be the hardest hurdle. And also, I'd say the last one might be the hardest, too. As she's going to come up, it's a close battle. Westfield coming close. But I think she's going to pull it out. She's got a solid lead. Westfield is in 2nd. And a few more just behind. And she's going to get there in a pretty good time. She's going to cross the line at a 1:16. As that heat, another one in the books here for girls 400 hurdle. As another heat on the way here. Looks like 4 in this race. Moving very quickly, here we go. Next heat about to start. Off they go and we're underway. I believe there are 2 in this race from the same school that just had the last winner in light blue. And one of them is leading, the other one right now side by side for 3rd with one from North Edison. 2nd place, I think, might be a freehold runner, but we'll see for sure when they come up. As they come through now, the final hurdle before entering the corner. And the runner on the outer lane has a good advantage, but now here comes the runner in red on the inside. Not a good hurdle for her and a great hurdle for the runner on the inside. And she's going to take the advantage and have another very clean hurdle. Gets another clean one. 2 more hurdles to go. This is actually a pretty close battle right here. She's going to get through from North Edison. Big lead, good battle for 2nd. And the runner from North Edison clears the final hurdle. And as she comes towards the line, and she's going to get a 1:16 coming across the line and winning that heat. So another close battle, and she was able to pull it out. The leader was running well, had a tough hurdle, the first one when you enter the corner. I believe that is the 5th hurdle overall, and she hit that one. That's the one that really tripped her up and allowed the runner from North Edison to get a good run, and she had an amazing hurdle to 1 right before entering the 4th turn, and she was able to turn on the jets and just able to pull away there. As another heat coming right here. This one, it looks like only has 2 entries, which is interesting. Yes, there's only 2 runners in this one. I think I heard that this is the final heat for the girls. I'm not 100% sure, but here they come. Down the back straightaway. And the runner from the light blue school that was able to get the victory 2 heats ago. And it's a good battle. These hurdles have been very interesting to watch. No Metuchen runners in any of these girls' hurdles.
Raise the hurdles up here.
As here they come.
Intermediate height for the boys.
Side by side right now, just like the last heat. Let's see if anyone has a mistake. This is the hurdle. This next hurdle is the one that was the difference maker for the runner from North Edison last time.
We have one more heat to go. One down, nice and straight out, right.
3 hurdles left here. What's going to happen? Good battle, but now the runner in light blue is slightly ahead. We'll take a look at how this one is going to finish up.
Hurdles down to the girls' height, please.
Over the second to last hurdle, she's going to have the advantage, and she's got a pretty decent advantage, but still one more hurdle. Can the runner from Westfield recover? It's pretty close. A little bit of a slow hurdle from both of them, but able to hang on, it looks like, in this race of just 2, and she'll end up grabbing this one. Got another heat here coming up here in the Metuchen High School podcast. A couple more, and then the boys will have their turn. Three runners coming up here. All of these battles have been very close. There was only one race where someone was really able to get far away. All of these other races, and that was the race where the runner from Union High School was able to just absolutely pull away. Three runners in this race as they wait for the gun to fire. And it goes, and here they are. They're off. Three runners. The one in the outer lane got a decent start, but the run in the second lane actually got a really good start and had a really good first hurdle, and she's going to end up clearing her, and she's going to take the advantage here as they come down the backstretch for the first time. Only time, actually, on this hurdle race, as she's got a pretty sizable advantage here, has a pretty good hurdle. Overall in this race, the hurdle that has really tripped people up the most is the one right before entering the fourth turn. So we'll see. That hurdle and then the one coming out of the fourth turn have been the two that some runners have really bitten the dust on. So we'll see what happens here. As they come through, and it's pretty sizable advantage. I think that leader is from Freehold. Don't quote me on that. We'll take a look once they get closer. And the second runner hits the hurdle. And she ended up hitting that one, and now it's a huge lead by over a hurdle for the runner who really was fast from the start. And she's got it. Very big lead, and she's going to get it. As she comes through the final hurdle, makes a little contact, but still stays going. And she's going to get a pretty solid time as she comes across the line at 1:23. And she'll win that one. A good battle for second here. The runner from Dunellen trying to get something going. One of the first Dunellen runners we've seen today. But she won't catch there. Second place, a 1:33. Third place, a 1:36. And that's going to wrap it up for the girls because the boys are on track now. And we're about ready to see the boys for a couple minutes. So the boys' first one is going to be coming up here. So the girls' heats, I believe the fastest lap was 1:12 when you put it all together. I think that was the runner from Union who had that lap. As they get ready to go, bunch of boys ready to go here. As we start here in the boys' inner hurdles. Just so you are aware, the interhurdle record for the boys was run by Mark Cook. He ran a 54-second one in 2014, but 54 seconds for something like this, that is very impressive. Hard to break, but maybe someone could do it today. So the boys are on track now and getting ready to go. Looks like 4 will be racing. The biggest one we saw with the girls was 5, and we saw as little as 2 in some of the heats. They wait for the gun to fire. There it goes, and we're off. 5 runners in this one of the biggest races we've seen, and coming flying through the hurdles come the boys. really hustling down the back part. A little contact with the second hurdle, and now a good run for the runner in the south for South Brunswick on the inside. And there's a runner from Freehold in third who's really ready to pounce. Three right near each other for second. The runner from South Brunswick, though, is flying now, 33 seconds.
Hi, do you have medals for the 5,000 meter?
3 hurdles to go now.
I don't know what any of this is.
South Brunswick is going to fall back. Runner in first place. South Brunswick is second.
Top section right here. Looks like Longren.
Here they come to the line, and it's going to be very close to the record, 56 seconds, only 2 seconds off for this winner. Very good race there. Very fast one there. And that was a very exciting first heat. Really looked like the runner from South Brunswick was going to get it, but like I said, that one really awkward hurdle when you're coming out of the fourth turn at a weird angle, that thing comes up, and that's the one that's really been tripping everybody up today.
Yeah. Can we just take our medal if we don't accept the art?
Well, we're not responsible for that. I guess you can. Because he's doing the broadcast.
Second hurdle is about to get
I
started.
know the woman was here to sort this before, but I don't know who's responsible for it. I guess if you need to take what you need to, but.
Yeah.
5 are off, and we're underway here in the second race. The runner in the outer lane got a good start, but the one in the fourth lane really getting fast here. He's got a very good run. Makes a little contact with the hurdle, though, but actually keeps up his speed pretty well. Oh, and down goes the second place runner, but he's going to keep going, and he's going to stay in second. Good job keeping up the speed, and he can still end up with a pretty solid time here. And if there's a mistake from the leader, he can still have a chance here. 3 hurdles to go.
All right, listen, so I just get my medal up here.
Union Catholic up front. Here comes Union Catholic. Side by side, the 2 leaders, New Providence, Union Catholic. New Providence with a good run. Union Catholic's going to fall back. And New Providence is going to get the victory here in the second one. 1 minute exactly. So the second race is complete. First race, we saw the lap at 56 seconds for the winner, 1 minute for the second. As now 5 more will take to the track here for the boys in the inner hurdle. Spot for now. Here comes your leader. Runner for the Spartans. He's going to cross. Final hurdle. He gets it pretty cleanly, and he's going to end up with a pretty solid one. It's going to be 57 seconds. So 3 in the books. 57 seconds is the time in that one. I believe that was the second fastest lap we've seen so far from any of the boys here. So the fourth race is about to get underway. A lot of boys racing in this now. Another race of 5, it looks like here. 5 runners ready here as they get ready for the gunshot to fire, and then we'll get going here in this 5th heat. They get ready to go here, and off they go, and we're underway. Nice jump from the man in the outer lane. We've seen a couple in a row where the outer lane has really struggled. This time, however, he's going to get a very solid jump and get going. Nice one over the first hurdle, now over the second hurdle, now over the third. But here comes the runner from Union, I believe, who's got a very solid run, and he's got a chance here as they come towards turn number 3. A couple really good hurdles in a row, and he's going to get in front here as they come through and into turn number 3. 3 more hurdles to go. Over they go. Here they come. Seton Hall Prep, the runner who was up front, has fallen back to second. Here they come across. And this is actually Bloomfield, not Union. Bloomfield, though, is going to come across. Bloomfield, wow, what a lap. He is rocketing across, and he's going to get to the line at 56 seconds. What a job right there. Very fast. He was able to get to the lead, taking advantage and able to pass the leader there from Seton Hall Prep. So that was a very good race. And another one's about to get started.
Boys and girls, to the inside area, getting the officials' instructions.
So a few more runners ready to go here, and I believe this is the fifth coming up here, the fifth heat for the boys. As they get ready. 5 on the starting lane right here. And off they go, and they're underway. South Brunswick with the runner up front who gets a pretty sizable advantage, a good jump, and a good job over that first hurdle. Remains really close, however. 4 really close together for second, but the runner from South Brunswick is absolutely checked out. Unless he has a stumble. He had a slight stumble over that last hurdle. Now coming into turn 3, he's going to be able to get through pretty easily. Now coming through turns 3 and 4. Over the hurdle, and he's going to be able to make it pretty cleanly. Now over the one in the middle of turn 4. Now coming up to what has been the toughest one for everybody today. That one coming out of 4, and he's going to be able to make it through pretty easily. Through the 4th turn, 2 more to go. Makes it through the first, but now a couple more catching up. Another South Brunswick runner, a freehold runner. Who's going to get there? South Brunswick, their final hurdle. They're going to make it, it looks like. Freehold giving it all they've got, but they're not going to get there. 1 minute, 1 second for your winner. The runner from Freehold and the other runner from South Brunswick really did a good job trying to catch up there, but couldn't do it in the end. So another heat coming up here. The 6th of the day. Once again, I'm Eddie Kalegi, bringing you coverage today from the Metuchen High School podcast, broadcast of Metuchen Relays, the first big spring track meet of the 2018 spring track season. As 5 are on the starting pylon once again. About ready to go. Here they come. A little bit of a stumble from your original leader, and now there's 4 all together. This is a pretty intense race as they come up to the second to last hurdle before the corner down the back stretch. Here they come towards the final hurdle before the 3rd turn, and they're going to be able to get through. Still 4 really close together. This is one of the most intense races we've seen, and nobody has stumbled. Once again, they all make it through cleanly. This is the tough hurdle. Coming through at an angle, but they're all going to make it through. 2 to go. In powder blue, up front. Really hustling here. Who's going to get there? Really close battle. Here they come towards the line, and it's going to be your winner running 59 seconds. Pretty impressive race right there. And another heat in the books. That was a very intense battle. We saw 4 really with a good shot to take the victory there and get in front of everybody else. And it was all the way down to the second to last hurdle before we really saw a clear definitive winner. They did a good job not stumbling there as the next heat about to get started. We'll see how many are on track for this heat. Doesn't look like 5. I only see 2 or 3. We'll see how many make it on. Now there's 3 on the track. We'll see if any more join in here for this heat. No Bulldogs have run the hurdles. The only Bulldog who's been on track today was the Bulldog Jacob Beecher in the first 5K, but he ended up, while running well, he ended up going down with an injury about 7 minutes into that, so hopefully he's okay. He did get up, but definitely not the way that they would have wanted that one to end. So only 3 in this race here for heat number 7, I believe, for the boys. And off they go. Three runners really giving it their all right here. Everyone's made it pretty cleanly through the hurdles. Now the final one before entering the turn. They come through now into the third turn. Just behind the goalpost now is your leader who clips a hurdle, but he is going to keep it going and doesn't really lose any time. When you hit a hurdle, it's really important to try to just not let that destroy you and try to keep up your momentum, and that's what he did there, and a very smart job, and he's able to hold on to that lead as now they'll come through. Second to last hurdle, and your leader's through pretty cleanly. Long Branch is second, Mayfield in third, as here they come through towards the final thing, and it's a 104 for your winner. He stumbled but kept going and was able to take the victory there as the next hurdle's coming up. Once the hurdles are complete, we're going to take a break for a while, and we're going to play you some of the last Metuchen High School podcast show. If you're new and don't really know how the show all works, we'll play that for a while, and we'll take a break and be back at some point during the 4x100 races. 5 back here. 5 will be on track for this race as they get ready for the gunshot to fire, and they're off. Nice start from the outer lane. The first couple heats we saw runners on the outer lane not really getting the best of starts, especially through that first hurdle, but this time especially the runner from South Brunswick really gets a big jump. Union Catholic started up in second, but the runner from Union Catholic's going to fall back to third. As here they come through the final hurdle before the turn. Another one of these angled hurdles. This can also be tough. I really think that those three, when you're going through the turn, are probably the toughest hurdles, especially when you're coming into all three of them at an angle and it's not a straight shoot. And it's a really close battle. Contact with a hurdle. They're still trying to stay straight right here. Falling back, the runner from Deptford falling back. Linden right there. Don't know what school that was in Burgundy, but it's a real close battle between he and the runner from Deptford, and he's going to get there with a 102. So the winner of the first race was the fastest. He ran 56 seconds, and I forgot who it was, but someone else got 42 seconds. He's got a chance for a really good time. So here he comes through. Over the hurdle. Across they come. One last hurdle. He's at 53 seconds. He's going to have a very good time. Could get below a minute. Here he comes. 58 seconds. What a time. As he started in the back and came all the way across and won by a big amount. Really good battle back there for third, fourth, and fifth. The runner in the third lane is going to get third. And fourth and fifth was almost really close. I didn't see who got that one. So another heat coming here. Boys have had a lot of heats now. The girls' races and the boys' races, all these hurdle races have been very competitive so far. A lot of close battles. And the big thing that I've seen, a lot of people have hit these hurdles, but a lot of them have stumbled but still kept going and been able to keep the momentum on their side. There was one person earlier who ended up going all the way down while running second and ended up pretty much rolling over and still ended up finishing second. And that was very impressive, and they were still able to run a time almost of a minute. As we're underway here in this race, and the starter on the outermost lane has a very sizable advantage over second place. Still starting to spread out. All 5 are almost equidistant from each other. About a second or two spread out from each other. 4 more hurdles to go. Now 3 for the leader. Across here, now 3 more to go, but now it's a close battle as a stumble over the hurdle, and now side by side, here they come. 2 hurdles to go. A third man right into the mix. Here they come across. Final hurdle. There it goes. Here they come towards the line. Who's going to get there? I think it's in powder blue at a 108. That was the fast one right there. It was a very close battle right there. And it was really, once again, it was that last one over that last hurdle that really mess them up. So we're going to take a quick break for a while, and we're going to be back a little later. For now, if you want to hear, if you're new and you haven't really heard much of the MHS podcast, we'll play you some of the last shows so you guys can check it out. So we'll be back in a moment. First, let's give you a word from a couple of our sponsors. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store, at 406 Main Street, right here in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020, 732-321-2020, or OptiqueUnique.com. Let's give a thank you to some of our other sponsors. A thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses.
This is the MHS Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School. I'm Eddie Kalegi.
And I'm Josh Hyman.
This is our final show before spring break. Boy, Josh, is this year moving fast or what?
Oh yeah, it's moving pretty fast. I can't believe that we're almost going to start the fourth cycle already.
It's been pretty crazy, and today is also a crazy one. It's the 12th MHS podcast, and it'll sure be a good one. After Josh's school announcements, we'll be joined by the director of this weekend's spring musical Crazy For You. Tonight is opening night. Mr. Doremus is going to join us to discuss why he selected this play in the first place and what to expect in the show. Then it's the end of March, and that means March Madness. Dylan Manfrey joins us to talk about how the crazy best time of year for college basketball has been this particular year. And finally, Miss Stansky from Foods class joins the show to talk about why she teaches the class in the first place, and to talk about foods that fit the spring season, Easter, and what fruits and vegetables are best to get in the early spring. But first, with everything that's going on right now here in MHS, here's Josh Hyman.
Thank you, Eddie. So the course selections that were made during the guidance meetings throughout February are now available on the Genesis module. And as Eddie mentioned, this weekend is the big one for the MHS Footlighters, and it's the showing of the spring musical Crazy For You. Showings are tonight, Friday, March 23rd, and tomorrow, Saturday, March 24th at 7 p.m., and the Sunday matinee on the 25th at 3 p.m. Be sure to attend so you can admire their hard work firsthand. Remember, third quarter is coming to an end, so then the last day of the quarter three is Thursday, March 29th. And finally, if you didn't know, make sure that you're aware that we do have school on Friday, March 30th as a makeup day for the second snow day in early March. However, it will be an early dismissal. That's all I've got.
Thanks a lot, John. Welcome back to the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Eddie Kalegi. It's that time of year. This weekend is the MHS Spring Musical Crazy For You, with opening night tonight. Just like we did for the fall play, it is great to be joined by the director of the Spring Musical, ELA teacher here at MHS, Mr. Doremus. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Eddie.
All right, so you have a long background in theater. Tell us about when you first became interested in it, and when was the first play you were at?
Oh boy. I won't say the year, but my freshman year of high school, my best friend's mom was the choir director, and she literally grabbed me by the ear in the hallway and dragged me into auditions and said that I was going to be an actor. And so she made me audition for the play. I was in The Music Man. I was in a barbershop quartet, which was horrifying, but it was also really educational, and I kind of got bit by the bug and fell in love right there. And since then, it's been about 17 years.
All right, so now let's talk a little bit about this year's spring musical. Why did you choose Crazy For You? What drew you towards the musical above any other?
Well, the musical's based, or it contains a lot of George Gershwin music, and I've always been a huge fan of jazz in addition to musical theater, and so having that much of the music I love in it made it really appealing. I saw the show a bunch of times over the past 10 years, and I've always loved it, and this year we just had a really, really good group of kids for this specific show. A lot of really strong dancers, a lot of really strong singers, and it just seemed like the right choice.
So what do you enjoy most about directing musicals and plays here at Metuchen High School?
Well, here at Metuchen High School, it's always, it's never just directing. So what I love the most is that I get to kind of have my hand in just about everything. I get to do a little lighting design, little set design, little construction, of course, then the directing. I love working with the kids. They're always really excited and really passionate about it. And I think that kind of motivates me and pushes me to kind of give it my all and work really hard because, they care about it so much.
So why should students attend this year's musical?
It's hilarious. I mean, it's written, the guy who wrote the script, the actual lines in the play, is a very well-known comedic writer. And there's just a lot of really, really, stupid, funny jokes. I mean, if you like to see, if you want to see, half the boys in the school, just kind of throwing punches and beating the garbage out of each other, it's definitely the show to see. You get to see there's a lot of slaps, a lot of falling over, a lot of, there may or may not be a bottle broken over someone's head. It's just a good time. The music's fun. It's a cute story. It's just a good time.
Now, one last thing I want to ask you, since you're a theater aficionado. Let's say you got the opportunity to spend the day with one director, one actor, and one actress, whether it's Broadway, Hollywood, anything. Who would it be in each category and why?
Oh, wow. On the spot. All right. I would say for actor, I'd have to go with, Tom Hanks, easily. He's my all-time favorite. He's just a great guy and an excellent actor, and I love everything he's done. Director, oh man. You know what? I'm going to be super cliche. I just watched the Spielberg documentary on HBO, so I'd have to say Steven Spielberg, because he is a genius, and I'd love to just have some coffee with him and talk to him. And then actress, I'm going to say Jennifer Lawrence because she's a very, very good actress, and I may or may not be a little bit in love with her.
Well, opening night for Crazy For You is tonight at 7. Be sure to attend. Other showings are tomorrow, Saturday at 7, and the Sunday matinee at 3. Mr. Doremus, thanks for joining us here on the MHS Podcast. All right, so when we come back, we'll be talking to Dylan Manfrey about this year's Wild March Madness and Mrs. Stansky for some spring recipes. We'll be back here on the MHS Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School.
On the finish side of the track, on the right.
Insurance. It's a commodity. It shouldn't be an impulse buy. Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams, and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Eckert, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Ed's number one concern is Metuchen. Once again, that's 732-548-4444 or at 54 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Farmers, making the brainy borough smarter about insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-da, bum, bum, bum.
Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
Let's give a thank you to some of our sponsors. Thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses.
Welcome back to the Metuchen
Welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast. We are back just in time for the 4x100 for the girls. And it's a real tight battle. No hurdles. This is just plain running. Let's see who's going to get it. And Piscataway, what a run right here. And she's going to get there at 52 seconds.
Snyder in 4, Deptford in 5, North Plainfield 6. P2 on track now.
In terms of the 4x100, just so you know, the girls' records for the small school division, it's 50 seconds for Metuchen in 2013, 48.9 for South Brunswick. Is the 4x100 about to get underway with another one? A couple of other schools from far away who have come here are involved in this race, including Deptford and Snyder, both in this one. They get ready for the gun to fire.
We're good.
And off they go. 6 in this one. And the runner in the outermost lane gets a really good start.
Deptford and North Plainfield.
The relay continues. They hand it off here. That transition and handing it off while trying to run full speed is probably one of the toughest things about this. They hand it off. The last handoff here is in turn 4. See if they can get it cleanly. A lot of good handoffs right here for this school, and they got a big lead. Don't think anybody's going to be able to catch her. They're going to get close, and she's going to get there at 50 seconds. That was a very impressive run right there.
4, North Bergen. 5, Linden. 6, Delaware Valley. Heat 3 on the track now.
Nice one there, and Heat 3 is about to get started.
3, Bridgewater. 4, North Bergen. 5 is Linden, 6 is Delaware Valley. Heat 3 should be on the track now, ready to go.
So Heat 3 is headed out here onto the track here for the 4x100. And off they go, and they're underway. Looks like only 4 in this one. First handoff is good, and it looked pretty clean for everybody out there. A little bit of trouble, though, for Edison, I believe that was back there, and they got a lot of things to make up. But it's a pretty good battle up front as they head towards the second handoff. Pretty clean handoff already for one side. Actually, both sides, very clean. One last handoff coming up right here as they come through turn 4. Nice handoff and a good jump here. Hustling is Linden.
Section 4.
Linden really trying to hang on. A really good one from behind. But Linden's going to get there in 54 seconds and take the victory in this race.
Section 4, Delaware Valley in 1. Woodbury Catholic in 2. Plainfield 3. Piscataway Township 4. Ferris in 5. Plainfield in 6. On the track now. Section 4.
So Linden with victory right there in a tight race. As they get ready to go once again. So there are 3 handoffs. One is just coming out of the second quarter. The second one is just before entering the third corner. And the third is exiting the fourth corner, which might be the toughest one of all. 5 on track here. Actually, no, 6 on track for this race. There were just 4 in the last one, 6 for this heat. So the 6 about ready to go. And the gun fires and we're underway. Nice jump from your leader, and she's got a very big lead here. Now, can she get a good clean handoff off here? Oh, and she doesn't, and they drop it. Now they get it back, and a lot of issues on this side, and they're going to fall from first all the way back to sixth. This type of race is not just about agility and speed, it's also about hand-eye coordination and communication with your teammate. Maybe not verbal, but still being able to communicate with the teammate and being able to hand it off cleanly. As here they come through turn 4, final handoff is complete. I believe that's South Plainfield, and then Padaway in second. Plainfield. Plainfield's going to take it. Piscataway is going to be second in that relay. North Edison had a chance, but they ended up sixth. They were up front first after a really good burst, but a bad handoff at the end, and they ended up finishing last in that one. A few schools, including Westfield, involved in this heat race. They get ready to go. It looks like there's 5 on track for this.
Final section for the girls.
And this is the last race for the girls, and we're off. Really good battle as they head towards turn number 2 and the first handoff. And it's going to be a clean handoff from both of the 2 leaders. But a really good jump on the inside. I believe that's Westfield. That's going to really get a run, and they're going to take the lead. Next handoff, and they're going to get it over cleanly. Off they come towards the 4th turn. One last chance. Can anybody get by? Can Westfield get a clean handoff? They will, and here comes Westfield. Really great one. Great teamwork on 3 handoffs, and Westfield is going to end up with a great time as the final runner heads to the line, just under 53 seconds.
Rahway, 3. St. Peter's Prep, 4. North Bergen.
That was a good race, and Westfield, 3 clean handoffs. That is what led them to victory, and that wraps up the girls. And now it's going to be time for the boys 4x100. So after this will be the 4x800 for each side, and then we'll also broadcast the 4x200 before stepping away for the day. So we thank everybody who's joined us here for this broadcast here on a Saturday morning. And it's still a cloudy day here. It's still blistery and cold. Definitely doesn't feel like April 7th.
St. Peter's 4, North Bergen 5, and Roselle 6.
A lot of big schools in this one, including St. Peter's Prep and North Bergen, along with Roselle Park, who is also one of the big track schools here in New Jersey. Here in this first heat, a very stacked heat. Let's see how they can do. As they get ready to go here.
We need the girls, 4x800 meter relay to check into the paddock area now. Girls, 4x8. On the track right now is the seated section for the boys 4x100 meter relay. These are the top seats.
Originally scheduled, there will be 7 heats for the boys. We'll see if that holds up.
Come here to get medals.
4x100 records. First for the boys in the small school division is a 43-second run by Rahway. In the large school division, 43.28, 6/10 slower, faster rather, for Plainfield 2 years ago. As we're underway and off they go. Clean first handoff, it looks like, for all 5. All 6 rather, and they're all pretty close together as they come towards the second handoff. They got it, and here we go. Side by side, coming towards the final handoff. Great jump, coming through. Seton Hall Prep is giving it all they can. Oh, what a run. It's going to be close. I think he got it. 46 seconds. That was fast, and I think he might have gotten him. I think Seton Hall Prep got it. That was very close, and they got it, it looks like. You heard the cheers from the crowd? He was very fast there.
Edison, 3. Linden, 4. Metuchen, 5. Bridgewater Raritan, 6.
As you might have heard Coach Halloran say, Metuchen, for the first time since the first 5K race with Jacob Beecher, Metuchen is on track. They will be in the 5th lane here for this one. Edison is also in this, along with Union High School. So a lot of schools from Central Jersey in this one, along with Union High School. So we'll see what happens and see what Metuchen can do here. So this is the first event since that 5K at the start when Jacob Beecher went down with an injury. Let's see what Metuchen can do. The Metuchen holds the small school record in this event for the girls. Let's see if they can do something special here with the boys. And off they go, and we're underway. Metuchen is in blue and currently in 2nd. Good jump, they're going to go to the lead. Handing it off to Sean Watson, and off he goes, and he's trying to hang on to this lead. A charge coming from the outside. Second transition. And it's clean, and Metuchen's in front. Can Metuchen have one last clean transition? Here they come. But it's a bad transition, I think, for Metuchen. No, it's not. Jai Dreher actually is in front, and Jai Dreher is going to hustle. And Jai Dreher is going to get it in 44 seconds for Metuchen. It looked like a little bit of a loose transition at first, but Jai Dreher was able to corral it and keep it going, and Metuchen is win this. First success in the Metuchen relays for the Brainy Borough, and the Bulldogs win this heat. Great job there from Metuchen as a small school to be able to get it done and win in this heat. A lot of good transitions. Sean Watson had a great run down the back part of this track. Transition, it looked a little iffy, but Jai Dreher was able to grab it, and boy, he was able to run it and sprint it fast. And the Metuchen, only about a second off the boys' record right there, and were able to hold on for the victory. So we'll see what happens in this race. And after this is the 4x8 for the girls. So we get ready to start here. The 4x8 for the girls will be coming up soon. So Metuchen has had their first success here in the relays that they host, winning the 4x100 heat race with some good running from Sean Watson, Jai Dreher. All around, all 4 runners from Metuchen really had great jumps right there. So they get ready here for the next heat. As they get ready to start, and off they go. Great jump on the outer lane. Let's see how the first transition goes. Handoff is clean from the 2 leaders. They hustle up. Second transition, great run on the inside in red. And wow, that was a smooth transition. And what a lead they were off to right now. New Providence with a big lead. Here they come, and they are hustling, and New Providence has a big lead, and nobody's going to catch them in this one. 44 seconds, almost right on the dot as they come across. And what a time. They were back in 4th after the first handoff, but their second runner was speedy and got them from 4th to 1st on the legs and 2 smooth transitions, and New Providence was able to get the victory.
Second 4, Bridgewater Raritan. 1, Linden 2, Longbrand 3, Deptford 4, North Herndon 5, Snyder 6. On the track now.
A lot of schools coming from far away in this one, including Deptford and Long Branch. As we said at the beginning of the broadcast, this is a big meet, and there are schools from all across the Garden State that are here today. And a lot of them competing in this one. They get ready to go here in this heat. Remember, after this, we'll also broadcast the 4x8 races and then the 4x2 races before signing off for the day. They get ready and off we go. They stay single file, and now first transition. Let's see how everybody does. Pretty smooth from Orange, whatever school that was. We'll take a look once they come around and see who is leading. But the school in Orange now a second smooth transition, and they are leading by a wide gap. One more transition to go. Can they get the clean change of possession? Looks like they did. Here they come through with Snyder. And Snyder, huge lead, and they're going to get in 45 seconds. Snyder with a strong performance. Snyder High School out of Jersey City. One of those schools that came from very far away, all the way up there in Jersey City. But they have come, and they are strong there in Metuchen relays.
On the track now.
As new runners for the boys get on the track, and then we'll have, this might be one of the last heats, and then the 4x8 is on the way for the girls and the boys, and then we head to the 4x2. Six schools ready right here. They're just about ready to go. Waiting for the gunshot to fire. And off they go, and they're underway here. Great jump for the one in the second to the top lane. And let's see how the first transition goes as they are side by side. Will that change after the transition? No, it's still a very close battle. A little smoother from the school in the outermost lane. But all six still have a chance. Still pretty close. Someone just took a tumble there, but it was the man handing it off, so it doesn't really hurt them. One last transition. Who's going to give it off? Who's going to get through? Nice handoff there. Didn't see what school that was, but they are going to take the victory by a wide margin at 47 seconds.
It should be North Plainfield in 1. Danville in 2, Brick Township in 3, Delaware Valley in 4, Bluefield in 5, and Bluefield in 6.
Now, a couple of schools that are very far away here in this final race, including Bloomfield and Delaware Valley, coming all the way here to Metuchen to race in this one, as this is the final sectional here for the 4x100 before we head to the 4x8 for the girls and the boys. So we are live. I'm Eddie Kalegi here on the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School, broadcasting today at the Metuchen Relays, live inside the press box. We'll have a couple more sport broadcasts this season. We'll have some baseball broadcasts coming up. We'll tell you exactly when soon on the show or on Twitter. So watch out for that. And we'll have a new show on Wednesday here as we come back from spring break to Metuchen High School on Monday. As the runners get ready here for this final sectional, as six are about ready to get going. They get ready to go. They're all set, waiting for the gunshot to fire. And off they go, and we're underway. Really close battle on the outside.
Boys 4x8, please report now to the clerking area.
Good handoff there. As the 4x800, the girls get ready for that. Meanwhile, this race getting pretty close up front. Second handoff about to happen here. And a really good transition and really up front. We'll see what school that is. That's all the way up front. One last chance to hand it off. Let's see how this goes. Looks like they got it. Bloom is going to pull away. Bloomfield, what a run. 46 seconds for Bloomfield. New Providence ends up in third. Union Catholic, I believe, was just ahead of them. So that's going to wrap up the 4x100. for the girls and the boys, with the 4x800 coming up next for the girls. Let's have a word from some of our sponsors before we get going in that. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction, or you know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams, and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Eckert, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Ed's #1 concern is Metuchen. Once again, that's 732-548-4444 or at 54 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Farmers, making the Brainy Borough smarter about insurance. We are farmers.
Welcome back here to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We're just over 2 hours into this broadcast. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in today as we get ready to go here in the Metuchen High School podcast. A big day here in Metuchen. It's the Metuchen Relays. Still a cloudy, cold day. Doesn't look like April whatsoever, but still it's a great day for running as the girls are about ready to get going in their 4x800 relays. We just saw the 4x100 and we saw a lot of excitement. We'll see if that continues, and we can see more of that here as this continues. According to what we've been giving, there will just be one heat for the girls and a pair for the boys, as the girls all line up at the starting line. Four by 800, so this should be interesting. It's just me today, Eddie Kalegi, Dylan Manfrey, and Josh Hyman could not be here today for this. They'll hopefully be joining us for some baseball broadcasts later in the season, and they'll both be on the show, the Metuchen High School podcast, this coming Wednesday night, right here on the YouTube channel. And you'll also be able to, if you want to hear any of our Metuchen High School podcasts, you could look at any of the videos here, or you can go to metuchenschools.org, go to the Metuchen High School page, and the first link on the left side on the blue bar says MHS Podcast. You can click on that and listen to any of our shows and our archived football and basketball broadcasts. As the girls get ready, and it's almost time to get going here. They all get set on the starting line, and off they go, and we're underway. Big Goggle off and running. It's a 4x800, so just 2 laps. Let's see what's going to happen. So never mind, 8 laps. Anyway, Union Catholic has the advantage right now, as they've gotten out to a pretty solid jump. Still very close between the entire field all the way back to last place. But right now, Union Catholic is in front, carrying the baton in first. We'll take a look when they come through turn 4 to see exactly who is running up front. Union Catholic is first. Westfield is second, and we have gotten confirmation it's just one heat here for the girls. So it's Union Catholic, then Westfield is second. Union High School is coming to fourth. Bloomfield fifth. And that's your top 5 right now. It's really split up around 10th place. North Plainfield is 11th. Linden is 13th. It doesn't look like any Metuchen Bulldogs, though, in this race. But Metuchen has had some success today in the meet that they're hosting, winning a heat for the 4x100 for the boys. As through the second turn, and now onto the back part of the track. It's a new leader. Westfield has gotten by Union Catholic, but they have split away from the rest of the field. Yep, it's a pretty big lead now of almost 5 seconds for your top two of Westfield and Union Catholic as they come through the third and fourth turn right behind the goalpost. It's pretty close from third to about eighth, everyone pretty close together, and then there's another big gap back to the rest of the field. As they come through, Westfield starting to get a further lead over Union Catholic here in the girls 4x800. Westfield with a pretty sizable advantage as the girls get ready to take it here on this relay. This is an important transition. This could allow some people to get into it and some people to fall back as here comes the first transition 2 laps in. Nice handoff here from Westfield. Slow and steady runs the race in something like this, handing off the transition smoothly, trying to get it as smooth as possible. And it looks like everybody has been able to get their transition smooth so far. And Westfield is going to remain in front with Union Catholic close behind. The rest of the girls start coming towards to hand it off. All the way back to North Plainfield and Plainview, all the way in the back in Linden. Westfield about the same gap as to Union Catholic as they had when they handed it off. Both of them had very clean handoffs, which was pretty key right there. We're about 3 minutes into this race. In the small division, the girls' record for the 4x800 was by Voorhees, and they had a 9:47 in 2013. In the large school division, the 4x800 was a 9:30 by Edison in 2011. So it's Westfield, then Union Catholic in second. Then it's close. There's Union in fifth. There are events going on all over the place. We see javelin going on back there. There's also some shot put going on, and the girls' long jump is on the way soon. So it's a busy day all over Metuchen. So if you're here, I mean, if you're not and you got something to do today, this is going to be going on till as late as 5 o'clock today. So you should come and check it out. There are events going on all over the Metuchen High School property. So meanwhile, Westfield hanging on to a pretty similar gap. Still hanging on pretty far ahead of Union Catholic here. Union Catholic and Westfield have both looked strong throughout the day. Union Catholic won an event. I believe it was a hurdle that they got the victory in. Westfield was able to pull out the victory in their 4x100, I believe for both the girls and the boys. About to hit a couple slower runners to go by them, so they will have to change their lanes up. Edison High School is in last, and it looks like they'll pass them. Good sign to see. We see right over there Jacob Beecher standing and watching. The one scary scene was when Jacob Beecher was running well and went down injured in the first event of the day, the first 5K run, while running in third place, but it looks like Jacob is all right, which is a good sign. As this is the second transition here, as we start the lap number 5, and everybody has relatively smooth transitions. Westfield may be a little better than Union Catholic because they did spread out their lead just a bit, but it's going to remain about the same. Third place, though, is getting pretty close. I'm not entirely sure what school that is in yellow. The school that I was confused about at the very beginning, I now know is McNair High School. That's in yellow, but this is not the same school in yellow that runs third and is not that far behind Union Catholic now, and then is really spread out back to fourth place. Here comes Westfield about to lap a couple. And now 5:52 as she'll come by. And still 3 more times around, and I believe next time by will have to be a transition. So Westfield running strong. Once again, the record for something like this, 9:30 for the large school division, 9:47 for the small school division.
In second, Seton Hall Prep, 44-48. And in first,
Westfield still hanging on. Union Catholic is second here in this race. Union Catholic, though, not too far ahead of third place. A little bit of a letback from the runner in third, and Union Catholic was able to stretch out their gap a little bit, but still Westfield is really charging ahead as she's going to come through turns 3 and 4 just behind the goalpost. And it's continuing to run very well. So after this, we'll have the boys, their 4x800 coming up, and then we'll broadcast each 4x200 for the girls and the boys, their heat races. Westfield coming across right in front of us while Union Catholic just exits turn 4. As here comes Westfield, the final handoff here with 2 laps remaining. And here it comes. Let's see if it's smooth. And it is. And now Westfield will try to end it. Let's see if Union Catholic's got a fast runner who can catch up. And she's really starting to hustle. Let's see how fast she can go and if there's any way she can catch Westfield, because the Westfield runner is really trucking it here. Coming to 2 laps to go. Westfield is first. Union Catholic is second here in the 4x800 for the girls. 4x800 for the boys is next, as Westfield is going to be coming into turn number 3, heading to 1 lap remaining here in the 4x800. Union Catholic is gaining a little. Is there any way that they can catch up? They're really going to have to turn on the jets here. 8 minutes, 9 seconds. So Westfield does have a chance at making something special happen depending on how many laps to go and how close they can get. Westfield really trying to run their best. Some Westfield runners cheering on their fellow classmate. 8:29, 8:30 now as Westfield has just crossed the line. Here they come through turn number 1 and entering turn number 2 in a minute. And here comes Union Catholic. Union Catholic is close behind. Good run coming from third place. The runners that were in third, the school in yellow, has really fallen back. Union Catholic trying to hang on to second. As meanwhile, Westfield, Union Catholic is gaining on them. Can Westfield hang on? Now at 9 minutes, 5 seconds, Westfield, their lead has shrunk. Can they get around as they make it through turn number 3 and turn number 4? Here comes Union Catholic. Union Catholic with a run. Union Catholic is going to pass Westfield here. Westfield falls back. Union Catholic with the advantage now. Westfield had led the entire race, and now Union Catholic to the front. Union Catholic getting cheered on. Can Westfield do anything? Union Catholic coming at 9:39, now 9:40. When will they cross? Union Catholic is going to win it with a 9:43. How about that? Union Catholic gets past Westfield, and the final turn of the final lap, Union Catholic was really gaining at the end. They brought in a sprinter to really hustle there at the end, and Union Catholic wins this heat for the girls in the 4x800, and now the 4x800 for the boys will be on the way. First, let's get a word from some of our sponsors. Insurance. It's a commodity. It shouldn't be an impulse buy. Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Ecker, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Once again, that's 732-548-4444 or at 54 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Farmers, making the Brainy Borough smarter about insurance.
Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sports-specific safety glasses for kids and for adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute has a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at www.blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. The Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness.
Let's give a thank you to some of our other loyal sponsors. Thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses. Well, we just got some results, official results from the girls and boys 400 meters with the hurdles. First for the girls, Zamira Yisik from Union Catholic had the fastest time of 1:06 on the dot. Then also from Union Catholic, Brianna Ewing had a 1:06.1. Jesse Castellano from Red Bank Catholic had a 1:08.72. Also from Red Bank Catholic was Anna Cleary with a 1:08.90. Mia Bennett-Jones, also from Union Catholic, they got 3 times in the top 5 at a 1:09.32. Then Julia Marks from Highland Park High School at a 1:10.50. Then in 7th, Delaney Tim of North Brunswick High School, a 1:12.61. Kangi Wilson from Linden, a 1:13.82. 9th place was Cassandra Griffin from Bishop R with a 1:14.37. And finally, Toss Bellel from McNair Academic High School, 1:14.62. On the other side, for the boys, Kevin Porch was the fastest in the 400-meter hurdles from Long Branch High School with a 56.60. LaShawn White from Bloomfield High School was a 56.78. Joshua Sella from South Brunswick High School with 57.69. Nassim Smith with a 58.80 from Deptford High School. Then Rami Baronera from North Brunswick High School at a 58.91. Then in 6th, also from Deptford, just like the man who finished in 4th, Javon Saunders, 59.54. Then in 8th, Quinn Gilmore from North Plainfield, a 1:12. Tyree Banks from Deptford with a 1:19. And Ryan McLaughlin from Union Catholic had a 1:01.27. So those are the results that we have received at this point. As the boys get ready for what is coming, and it's the 4x800 for the boys. A lot of schools participating in this one. The girls' one was exciting. It came down to the final turn when Union Catholic, through the final corner of the track, through the 4th turn, was able to get by Westfield, who had led every single lap. Both Union Catholic and Westfield are in this race. They are both walking by. We see several different teams of boys getting ready here. Deptford will be in this one, along with a variety of other schools. So some other news to get to is the 4x...
Only go to 6th place.
The 4x100 meter relay, first for the girls, Piscataway Township High School ran a 50:11, and this was back with the 4x100. Second place was Union Catholic with a 50:87. Then in 3rd was East Brunswick High School, right behind them with a 50:88. Union High School had a 50:90. Snyder High School with a 52:29, and Deptford had a 52:61. On the other side, for the boys, first was Rawley High School with a 44:45. Second was Seton Hall Prep with a 44:48. Colonia High School was pretty strong with a 44:73. Linden had a 44:94. Bridgewater with a 45:41. And lastly was Snyder with a 45:65. About to get going here in the 4x800 for the boys, and off they go. Good run, and they're all together right now. Remember, after 2 laps is when the first transition. Beginning of the 5th lap is the second. Beginning of the 7th is the 3rd and final handoff. 2 have really jumped out to a sizable lead right now as they enter the 3rd turn for the first time. Everyone's still staying rather close, though. A couple have dropped off towards the back, but really about 15 are all right together here as they come through turn 4 for the first time. We'll take a look at this as they come by, and up front it's South Brunswick in the lead. There's Union right behind. Piscataway is right there, as is Deptford, all in the top 5. Here they come by, and that's going to finish the first lap. Second lap about to start. South Brunswick the advantage. South Brunswick has had a lot of runners in the things today. South Brunswick, their biggest claim to fame today was that they won the second 5K. So South Brunswick in front. And now South Brunswick falling back slightly. South Brunswick really starting to fall back a little as the first transition coming up here. Here they come through the fourth turn. East Brunswick is side by side with Piscataway. Union Catholic is now third. Union is fourth. South Brunswick trying to hustle. They're going to get back up all the way to third. South Brunswick with a big sprint. Here's the first handoff, and there they go.
This is the seated section of the 4x800 meter relay.
All the way through the first turn as it's getting very intense right now. And Piscataway has stretched out to a bit of a lead over East Brunswick at this point.
Okay, so girls. 4.
Piscataway, East Brunswick, then South Brunswick is third. Union Catholic was all the way up to second at one point. They've fallen back to fifth here as we're on the third lap of 8. All the way through, Piscataway, East Brunswick are close together. Remember in the 4x800 for the girls, it was Westfield who dominated the race, but Union Catholic was able to come out on top.
Thank you.
Piscataway and East Brunswick really close together. Right now as they come across, there they come, Piscataway, East Brunswick. South Brunswick is third. Union Catholic is fourth. There's St. Joseph's back there in sixth. Bunch of different schools. Westfield not doing as well as they did in the girls' race. They're back in 12th. There's Bloomfield in the back. Denellen is the last ones right now, coming right here. And all the way in the back are a couple more. One more lap around until the second transition as we're on the fourth lap of 8 here in the 4x8 for the boys. Remember, we'll be live also through the 4x2s for the girls and the boys before we sign off for the day. As now East Brunswick has the lead, South Brunswick is second, Piscataway has drifted back to fourth as Union Catholic comes into the picture. A lot of schools have come from far away, but at least in this specific race, there are a lot of schools close to home that are doing pretty well, with Piscataway, Union Catholic, East Brunswick all up towards the front. East Brunswick, South Brunswick, Union Catholic, 1, 2, 3. Second handoff. Here it comes. Highland Park is up to fourth. They haven't really been up there much today. The handoff, and there they go. East Brunswick hands it off to their second to last runner of the day. We're on the fifth lap of this race. The last race came down to the final turn when Westfield fell to Union Catholic. So let's see what happens here. The advantage here for East Brunswick, South Brunswick, then it's Union Catholic. Union Catholic is right there with South Brunswick. East Brunswick hasn't done much today. Union Catholic and South Brunswick have already won a whole bunch of races today. Piscataway trying to battle back. They were leading earlier, but they're all the way back to fourth now. As here they come, they'll be coming to the sixth lap of this race. East Brunswick, South Brunswick, Union Catholic, your top 3. St. Joseph's is actually to 5th. Piscataway has now fallen back to 8th after leading earlier in this event. So one more lap around for these guys, and then the final transition, the last handoff of the 4x800 today. We are on the 6th lap of 8 here in the 4x800. Here on a busy day at the Metuchen relays. Right now, it's a close battle for second. East Brunswick with the big lead, so it's really going to matter how well can they have this transition and what happens. And the other big deal, who do they have left as the last runner? Because that was the big difference last time. Union Catholic had a very fast runner that was fast enough to catch Westfield in those final 2 laps, even though they were a little further back. So that's why Westfield lost. So let's see, who do they have prepared? First handoff coming. East Brunswick comes across. Here comes Union Catholic and South Brunswick. East Brunswick gives it. There they go. A clean handoff, but let's see who's going to be running here for Union Catholic and South Brunswick. Here comes Union Catholic and South Brunswick. How fast will they be here in these 2 laps? East Brunswick really trying to hang on. There are a lot of people cheering them on right now. East Brunswick has not done much today. They do not have a victory in anything yet. This would be their first. Union Catholic has won a couple of 4x100s for the girls and the boys. South Brunswick had a runner win the second of 3 5Ks. So East Brunswick is coming around, and they're through the 4th turn. So they'll be coming to start. They got a chance to get second or third here with the boys. But meanwhile, East Brunswick is going to take it through the 4th turn. Not going to be a record-setting time, but still going to be good nonetheless. As here comes the runner for East Brunswick. Coming across. And he'll be headed to the line. We'll see what the official time is. And it's going to be an 8:10. As second is now South Brunswick. Union Catholic third. St. Joseph's trying to get a top 5, and they will. That was a very exciting 4x800. And in the end, in this one, East Brunswick takes it for the boys, 4x800. The 4x200s for the girls and the boys are on the way in a few moments. And I believe there might be a second heat for the boys here in the 4x800 too. But while we wait for that, let's have another word from some of our sponsors. Insurance. It's a commodity. It shouldn't be an impulse buy. Purchasing the right insurance takes time, and it must be fitted for your goals and your lifestyle. Farmers Insurance likes to do it right. They invite you to sit back, have some coffee, and relax. They listen to your needs, desires, and dreams, and shape an insurance policy just for you. An old-fashioned take on insurance? Possibly, but it's been working for agents and clients alike for years. Visit your local agent, Ed Van Ecker, today at 54 Pearl Street, right here in Metuchen, or call 732-548-4444 for a free quote. Ed's #1 concern is Metuchen. Once again, that's 732-548-4444 or at 54 Pearl Street in Metuchen. Farmers, making the Bernie Borough smarter about insurance. Do you want to build character, build confidence, or even build yourself? All that and more can be accomplished at the Black Belt Institute at 23 New Street, right here in Metuchen. Students of all ages have been able to learn respect, discipline, fitness, and self-defense from their experienced instructors for over 20 years. Whether you're an adult looking for stress reduction or know someone young who has interest in Taekwondo, the Black Belt Institute is the place to go. The Institute takes a fun approach at teaching the rules of self-defense, instilling in their students an I-can-do-it attitude. Interested in taking a class? Call them at 732-205-9797 or visit their website at blackbeltinst.com. Once again, that's 732-205-9797 or blackbeltinst.com. Black Belt Institute, Metuchen's leader in martial arts and fitness. Having trouble seeing the board in class? Do you need safety glasses for your school sport? If you answered yes to either of these questions, head over to Optique Unique, the eyeglass store at 406 Main Street in Metuchen. Optique Unique does it all. Not only do they offer eyewear for all ages, they also sell sport-specific safety glasses for kids and adults. Call them at 732-321-2020. That's 732-321-2020, or visit OptiqueUnique.com. Let's give a thank you to some of our other sponsors. Thank you to What's the Scoop, Reflections on Main, the Main Street Barbershop, and the Metuchen Savings Bank. None of this would be possible without the help of these businesses. All right, welcome back. We're just about ready for some more racing here. It looks like we'll have the second heat for the 4x800 as the boys get lined up and ready to go here. And after this, we'll also bring you live coverage of the 4x200, and then that's about it for us today. And then we'll be back on the airwaves on Wednesday night with a new show where we'll be talking about a variety of things, including how Metuchen's effort in the gun control debate, what they've done. We'll be talking to Dylan Manfrey also about what's been going on here at the Metuchen Relays and with the baseball and softball teams. We'll also be joined by Josh Hyman, and we'll be discussing some different tactics to standardize testing and the best ways to succeed in those. So we're about ready here for the second heat in the 4x800. So the boys get just about ready to go, and we're a few seconds away from the gun firing. Gun almost ready to fire. Remember, the record is just about 8 minutes. For the small school, 7:59. I mean, for large school, 7:59. For a small school, 8:06. They're off and they're underway here in the 4x800. Remember, it's 8 laps. Handoffs at the beginning of lap 3, beginning of lap 5, beginning of lap 7. So here we go. 4x200 for the girls is on the way next, and then the 4x200 for the boys will follow. As a good battle up front. And the top 10 or so have started to get away from the rest as we get going here in this second and final heat for the 4x800. Seton Hall Prep trying to hang on there. Rutgers Prep right there too. East Brunswick, though, all the way up to the third lane. It looks like they'll be able to get the lead here as we begin lap number 2. And East Brunswick has a leg ahead of Rutgers Prep right now as they're battling tight. Second lap underway, 1 lap till the first handoff. As all the runners who will get the baton next get ready along the line. Meanwhile, East Brunswick is taking the lead. East Brunswick trying to win their second event in a row after taking the last one. The 4x800 for the girls, it was Union Catholic winning in exciting fashion in the final turn, getting by Westfield for the victory. On the other side, it was East Brunswick in the first 4x800 for the boys, pulling away from South Brunswick, Union Catholic, and Bloomfield for that victory. As East Brunswick now getting ready for the first handoff. Everyone's on the line as East Brunswick is coming through the fourth turn and getting ready with Rutgers Prep in second. Seton Hall Prep right there. It looks like St. Joe's is also trying to make a run towards the front. Brick is now up to third place, so Brick getting into the picture. Linden getting into the top 5 as they head towards the handoff. East Brunswick gives it off. And we're underway here on lap number 3, just over 2 minutes into this race. Immaculate Conception, one of their first races of the day, trying to hang in there. As who they come across. East Brunswick is in front by a pretty sizable advantage right now. And a new team is into second place after a really good job in the transition. We'll take a look at that once they come by. So here we come. East Brunswick is going to come across in just about a second. There they are. East Brunswick is first. Second place, we'll see. It looks like it is still Rutgers Prep now. Seton Hall Prep is third. Brick is fourth. Linden top 5. As they continue to battle tightly, East Brunswick now on their 4th lap of 8, so next time by will be the second handoff here at 4x800. Referee East Brunswick really trying to keep it going. He's at about to hit, and there he is, a 50-yard line on the backside. East Brunswick trying to hang on. Pretty sizable lead now as Seton Hall Prep has gotten a second. Rutgers Prep is third, and Linden has passed Brick and is up to 4th, and now will make their move on Rutgers Prep for 3rd. No runners at the risk of becoming a lap down anytime soon, and that could become an issue because then guys have to change their lane, and ultimately that could allow someone who's running with more momentum to ultimately catch up. So the second handoff about to come as East Brunswick passes by the press box with a very sizable lead over Seton Hall Prep. 4 minutes, 8 seconds. The second handoff is clean, and there they go. So they reached there at 4:09, so let's see how far behind Seton Hall Prep and Linden are, and we'll see exactly how much when Seton Hall Prep reaches the line, as here they come, Seton Hall Prep, Linden, Brick is fourth. Seton Hall Prep is going to hand it off at 4:28, so it's a 20-second gap from first place East Brunswick back to Seton Hall Prep and third place Linden. So unless East Brunswick has some sort of a mistake on the final handoff, they would be able to win, but there's still the chance that they could have an issue in that final handoff because those are never given, and we'll see what happens. Especially also like what we saw in the first race with the girls that they brought in, Union Catholic did. They brought in a very strong runner for the final run, and they were able to catch Westfield at the end. As East Brunswick comes by, now 3 laps to go, and next time by will be a handoff as they reach at 5:13. Side by side now, Seton Hall Prep and Linden battle hard for second. And Linden is going to nose ahead, at least for now, and get clear in front. So Linden is now into second place here at 5 minutes, 35 seconds. So a 24-second gap from East Brunswick back to Linden, as the East Brunswick will have to do their final handoff soon. East Brunswick is going to take it through the third turn. They're in the third turn. Linden and Seton Hall Prep just onto the back part of the track right now, as East Brunswick really trying to hang on here. One last handoff coming. Here comes East Brunswick right past the press box, and off they come towards the line at 6 minutes, 18 seconds. East Brunswick is going to hand it off, and it's handed off, and off they go. Final chance. Can East Brunswick win both? They could sweep the 4x800s here for the boys before we get to the 4x2s, our final broadcasted event today here at the Metuchen Relays. East Brunswick with a sizable advantage. There's Seton Hall Prep and Linden really battling for second. Linden has fallen back a little. Let's see if this final runner brings anything to it. That's the real battle we're watching. Also a good battle for sixth. Brick is racing hard with, I believe, Edison High School, and I think that's Long Branch back there for 5th through 7th. Rutgers Prep has fallen back all the way back to 8th, in fact. As meanwhile, East Brunswick is continuing to stay strong here, as they will be coming to the final lap. So we watch East Brunswick come by, passing Immaculate Conception, putting them 1 lap down. East Brunswick at 7 minutes, 24 seconds. Not close to hitting any sort of record, but still are going to win by a sizable amount unless something dramatic happens here, as East Brunswick takes it through the first corner. Meanwhile, the real battle to watch here is Seton Hall Prep and Linden. Seton Hall Prep is a little bit ahead right now of Linden. Let's see if Linden can catch them here as we come towards the final stretch. East Brunswick is on to the back part of the track now at about the 40-yard line. Now they'll be coming to the 50-yard line right now. Seton Hall Prep and Linden battle for second, as East Brunswick headed towards the third turn for the final time for the final 4x800 race of 3 today here in the Metuchen Relays. And East Brunswick heading through the third corner, now to the fourth. East Brunswick won the first boys race, and East Brunswick pretty much dominated this one, taking the lead right from the beginning. And here they come. East Brunswick is going to come right past the screen right here, coming across. We'll see what the time is for East Brunswick, as they're going to go back and sweep the 4x8s here for the boys, and they'll run it at a time of 8:41. As we'll watch for second, Seton Hall Prep 4x2. While we wait, let's check in back with, if you don't know much about the Metuchen High School podcast show and what we do for the sports segment. Last show we did something a little different. We were talking March Madness with Dylan Manfrey. So we'll take a listen to that in just a moment. Before we get going in the 4x2s, the final races that we'll be broadcasting here on the MHS podcast today. So we'll be back in a few moments here on the Metuchen High School podcast. How about East Brunswick winning both of the boys' races? Both of these 4x800s, both of them by sizable margins too. Let's send it now to the old show.
Welcome back to the Metuchen High School podcast, the online radio voice of MHS. I'm Eddie Kalegi. With not much happening yet in MHS spring sports, credit to the snow, we decided to shift this week's segment with Dylan Manfrey towards college sports, more specifically, this year's wild March Madness. Dylan, how busted is your bracket at this point?
As busted as anyone else's in the world.
Well, first, obviously, before we get into anything else, there are some people who aren't aware of March Madness. Tell us about what it is, and I want to ask you, why is there all the hype? Because in many ways, I mean, to me, this takes even more of a national stage than the postseason of some professional sports.
So March Madness really is the term coining the college basketball playoffs, in a way. After the regular season ends and excuse me, and teams play their opponents in their conference tournament, that's like a mini playoff, and the winner of each conference goes to the big, I guess they call it the big dance, the big NCAA tournament. So there's 64 teams, and then it goes to 32, and then the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, championship game, and then you have your one winner. It's so intense because there's many upsets. We just saw some no-name school, UMBC, dethrone the number one seed Virginia Cavaliers,
who are arguably the best team the entire season.
I had them in losing in the Elite 8.
I had them losing in the Final Fours. I mean, but both of us, we had them going so far, and then these types of upsets can just happen.
Alright, so we're going to be back actually right now because the 4x2 is about to start here for the girls.
3, Union 4, East Brunswick 5, Teaneck 6.
A lot of the most successful schools today are including Union, East Brunswick, and Union Catholic, who have all had some big victories today in a variety of events. Let's see what they can do here in the 4x200. As they get ready, the gun will be firing any moment. As they get ready to go. In the 4x8s, it was a crazy 4x8s. In the one girls race, Union Catholic beat Westfield in the final turn. Union Catholic was very strong all day, but Westfield had led the entire race until then. Then the 4x200, East Brunswick with the sweep took both. Pardon me, in the 4x800 for the boys. And now we head to the 4x200 and we're underway here. 4x200, so a quarter length of what we saw in the 4x800. And it's just, there's the first handoff down there. It'll be entering the third turn and a good jump. I believe that is Union, who is up front right now. Union Catholic is right there in second. Here we go, first handoff, and we're good. Here we go. Really good jump here from Union Catholic as well. And there is like 4, all very close together coming to the second handoff. Here they come, Union Catholic, then Piscataway. Brick is 4th. Another Union runner is in 5th. As here we go for another lap round. Oh, a stumble, but no, that was actually the person who handed it off. So no big issue there for Piscataway. Meanwhile, Union trying to hang on ahead of Union Catholic. Union is firing ahead, trying to hang on in front of Union Catholic right here. Union Catholic, though, with a nice run, and let's see if they can maybe get a pass. Final handoff. This is a big one. Union Catholic gets it. It's going to be a close race here between Union and Union Catholic as they come through the fourth turn. Here they come. Union Catholic to the second lane. Union trying to hang tough. They are side by side across the press box. Here they come. Who's going to get it? Union Catholic with a big run, and it looks like it's going to be Union Catholic beating them out. Once again, the Union Catholic girls have a race in which...
Very close.
It was very close. It looked like Union Catholic. We'll see. But the official ruling is, whatever it was, Union Catholic had a great run. Union Catholic and Union really battled to the end. They'll probably review that. I mean, at least to my eye, it looked like Union Catholic. We'll see when we get the results, and if the results come before the broadcast is over. I believe it was Union Catholic, but we don't know 100% for sure. It was close, though. Union Catholic, that final handoff, that was the key one. Union had a little bit of a holdup, and Union Catholic had a really good runner there at the very end. So the second heat coming here for the 4x200. Linden, among other schools, are in this one. Snyder is also in this. And off they go. Looks like Snyder got the jump on the first part. So the first handoff is on the first lap and coming into the third turn. Second handoff is right at the start-finish line. And then finally, the third handoff is back in that turn 3 spot on the second lap. So the first handoff. And handing it off and going here is Snyder, but a little bit of a holdup as the Snyder runner who was grabbing it was a little too fast. And now we'll have a close battle coming to the second handoff. Here they come. Close battle. Linden trying to get a run. They're up to second. Bloomfield drops the baton, so Bloomfield is out of it here. They are way behind as the rest of them really continue to hustle. And a big jump. Snyder and Linden both fell back a little. We'll see when they come across the line who's leading, but one runner has taken a huge lead. Let's see if they can hang on as they head towards this final turn and this final handoff. A couple issues with handoffs and off the handoff as the Bloomfield runner dropped the baton, dropping them all the way back to 6th. Final handoff, and it was a clean one for the runners up front.
Looks like Deptford High School. Deptford High School in first.
That is Deptford High School, who is in front here with a big lead here as they come through. Can Deptford hang on? A good run from second, from Plainview, from Linden, from Snyder. But I don't think any of them are going to get there as they come through, really hustling. Here they all come, and coming to the line, it's going to be Deptford with about a 151 right there in the 4x200. And just so you know, let's just take a look in the 4x200 record-wise. For the small school division, Roselle holds the record with a 146.7 in 2012. In the large school division, South Brunswick had a 142.9 in 2011.
Lane 2, Bridgewater Raritan. Lane 3, Hale Johnson. Lane 4, Westfield. 5, 2, 4, 6, North Brunswick.
In terms of girls running, Westfield has been very strong today. They are up there in this one along with Teaneck, Bridgewater, and a variety of other schools as we head into this third heat here for the girls, 4x2. Remember, we'll also broadcast the boys 4x2 today before signing off the airwaves until Wednesday's show. As they get ready for the gun to fire here. And off they go, and we're underway. Nice jump from Westfield. Let's see how close this is going to be, though. It was a good run coming towards, and it's going to be a real battle up front. And a school in red, we'll see who that is when they get closer. As the first handoff about to come. We saw some issues in the first handoff and the second handoff in the last race. We also saw Bloomfield runner drop it before the handoff. So that was one of the issues there. Pretty clean, though, from everybody who just handed it off. So we'll see exactly who that is, who is up front in red as they come through the fourth turn. Good battle up front. Westfield is coming now. Westfield, Plainfield, who's in red. And Westfield to the lead as they'll have the second handoff here, 1 lap to go. Westfield trying to hang on to their lead. Plainfield is all the way back to third here. 1 last handoff when they enter turn 3. Onto the back part of the track. Still Westfield, but a run coming here. Westfield is going to fall to second. We'll see officially who that is in just a moment. But right now, it's Westfield now has fallen to second. Plainfield trying to hang on to third. One last handoff. Good handoff, though, for Westfield. Can Westfield catch the runner in first? It's going to be close. The Crusaders, I don't know what school that is. Westfield and Plainfield, though, is a really close battle. The runner from Plainfield has come close for the lead. Who's going to get there? I think it's the runner from Plainfield who got it. Plainfield, how about that? From third to first out of turn 4, coming back and getting the victory. That was amazing. Plainfield is in third, trying to hang on to third place after the handoff. And this runner out of turn 4 goes from third to first. My goodness.
Attention girls, 1600 should report to the check-in area. Girls, 1600.
So another race coming up here for the 4x2 for the girls. So they get ready to go. Off they go and we're underway. Westfield, I believe, is in this race as well. We'll see exactly who's up front as they come across and come towards the first handoff in turn 3. Good jump from the runner on the second most outer lane. And we'll take a look exactly who's leading when they come across here towards the press box. Looks like a smooth handoff from everybody. As we'll see what happens here as they come through turn number 4. Delaware Valley, Long Branch, Dayton, 1, 2, 3 here. A lot of schools from far away running in this one as final lap here of this heat. Close handoff, and now Long Branch and Delaware Valley are deadlocked as they come through the first and second turns here on the track here at Metuchen High School. Long Branch, though, running well, but still one more handoff. Anything can happen. Long Branch extending their lead slightly here as they come towards the third turn and that final handoff. Dayton was up to third. They've fallen all the way back to last here in 6th place. Final handoff, and it looks like Long Branch has a pretty big lead. Is there any way that Delaware Valley can catch them? Long Branch, though, is really running hard. Can anybody from 3rd or 4th come? They're trucking it, but I don't know if they're close enough. Long Branch is coming by, and here's Long Branch with an advantage over Delaware Valley. North Plainfield battling for 3rd, but Delaware Valley is not going to get there. Long Branch is going to win this heat with a 156, as it was pretty close between all 6 who stayed pretty close together and got there within 6 seconds of each other.
Section 5, Country Catholic in 1, Bloomfield 2, Piscataway 3, East Brunswick 4, Piscataway 5, North Plainfield 6.
As you've heard, Piscataway's in this one, as is East Brunswick. East Brunswick has been very strong today in all these races. So we'll see how everybody performs in this one. So they all line up for this next heat. Remember, we'll still be on the air also for the boys 4x2 before signing off for the day there. And our next show will be on Wednesday. Once again, this is Eddie Kaleghi bringing you the Metuchen High School podcast here live from the Metuchen Relays, the first big spring track event of the 2018 spring season. As everyone gets ready here for the gunshot to fire. Up it goes and off it goes, and we're underway here in this heat. We'll take a look at exactly who's running where once they come across by our side of the track. Looks like Piscataway is in 2nd. East Brunswick is trying to hang on to 4th. 2 Piscataway runners in this one, and 1 is coming for the lead here. First handoff coming. And off it goes. Having the lag back, though, was one of the Piscataway runners, and that's going to hurt them, and that's going to allow your leader to really check out, at least for the moment being. But now here they come. It's going to be a close battle here coming in the handoff. 3 wide, make it 4 wide up here. Hudson Catholic, then Piscataway, Plainfield, East Brunswick. The other Piscataway runner is 5th. North Plainfield back in 6th. Here comes the second handoff. Clean handoff for Hudson Catholic. Little bit of issues for one of the Piscataway handoffs. So it's Hudson Catholic, Piscataway. East Brunswick is 3rd. Hudson Catholic trying to hang on here, but Piscataway and East Brunswick. What a run by East Brunswick here. They're going to move to the outer lane. Piscataway is right there as well. Hudson Catholic falling back. Another runner coming fast. It's 4 really close together as they come towards the 3rd turn and the final handoff. There's the final handoff, and what a jump. What a great handoff. We'll see which school it is. I believe that's North Plainfield. We'll see for sure. Piscataway and East Brunswick, though, and Hudson Catholic is still right there. Here they come. It's close. Piscataway's going to get by. That's Bloomfield. Piscataway, Bloomfield, Hudson Catholic, East Brunswick. Here they come. Piscataway with the advantage. Can Hudson Catholic get there? No, they will not. Piscataway is going to take this heat.
Macarona, lane 1. Walbrand, lane 2. Ferris, lane 3. Delaware Valley, 4. Plainfield, 5. Edison, 6.
So a lot of runners in this one, including Edison, who's in lane 6 for this one. As we'll see what happens in this heat. Not many left here for the girls, and then the boys will get going next. And that's the final thing of many events here at Metuchen Relays that we'll be broadcasting. There are events going on all over Metuchen property. We can see over there on the other side of the field, there is some javelin getting ready. There's also some shot put going on the other field, and there's also the long jump. There's just a lot of stuff going on here. It's a track meet. It's busy all over the property here at MHS. And off they go here in this next heat, and they are underway. Edison High School is in this one, along with a variety of other high schools. Let's see what will happen in this race. 3 runners battle for 2nd place, as one runner has a pretty solid lead in 1st. We'll see what happens here as they hand it off. Here's the handoff. It's clean from everybody. Overall, it's pretty good. Aside from a couple mistakes, the handoffs have been rather clean here in this 4x2 for the girls. As here they come, Delaware Valley is up there. Immaculate Conception is 2nd. East Brunswick, Long Branch, Edison all right up there as they come by for the 2nd handoff. Immaculate Conception hasn't won anything yet today. Let's see if they can do anything here. East Brunswick is 2nd. A big run coming from 3rd place. Long Branch is now back to 4th place. Edison now is actually going to make the move from 6th to 4th. Meanwhile, Immaculate Conception trying to get the victory. Get their first victory in any of the events today here at Metuchen Relays. Down they come. A little bit of a hesitation there on that handoff, but Immaculate Conception is still hanging on to the lead. East Brunswick, though, is not too far behind. Here they come one last time. It's Delaware Valley, actually, who's gotten by, and Delaware Valley is going to have a decent lead. Can they hang on? Let's see if anybody can catch them. And it's going to be Delaware Valley taking this heat. Delaware Valley's going to take this heat. We have some other events to let you know of, and it's the boys' long jump that's been going on the other field. Iomidi Oyewole from Colonia High School had the longest jump. Then 2nd was Nelson Wyatt. 3rd was Dylan Hendricks. How about all 3 of them from Colonia High School, 1, 2, 3. Brandon Smith from North Plainfield High School was 4th at 19 feet. The top 3 all got 20 feet. 5th was Timothy Fosk from Long Branch High School. 6th was John Manfrey from Freehold Township. 7th was David Jolly, also from Freehold. 8th was Brian Diaz from Rahway High School with an 18:11. Just behind him, 18 feet 9 inches from Krishna White, and then 10th was Federico Veltre from Johnson High School with an 18-foot, 8-inch jump. So the next race is off now. Next one of these heats. See what happens in this race. Once this race is over, we'll let you know of what's going on in the girls' shot put relay. All of that is going on in the other fields here at Metuchen High School. As the press box, we are just solely watching what's going on in the running races. So a school in red has gotten a very good jump here. Let's see what happens in the first handoff. And a little bit of hesitation. I believe that's Rutgers Prep that's gotten up to first place. Pretty sizable advantage here as they come through. And yes, you see the big R. Rutgers Prep is first. McNair is up to second. Another Rutgers Prep in fourth. And there's Metuchen back in fifth place. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get anything going. Bulldogs, this is their third event of the day. Jacob Beecher ran the first race, the 5K, but went down with an injury in the race. Then Metuchen had some success in the 4x100 for the boys and won their heat. Now trying to have some success here in the 4x200, but Rutgers Prep is checked out. Metuchen, though, could be in the midst of a four-way battle for second. Clean handoff here for Rutgers Prep. You know, they took it slow and steady there because they looked back and saw what a lead they had. Metuchen, though, is up to third. Let's see if they can have a clean handoff here. Good start. Can Metuchen get third? Could Metuchen get up to second? Let's see. Rutgers Prep is going to go on absolute cruise control here to this victory, as Metuchen is in a great battle for second. Freshman Sammy Zhu running it for Metuchen. She's going to fall back to fourth. Can she hold on fourth ahead of McNair? It's going to be close. Here comes McNair. McNair is going to get by. Let's see if Sammy Zhu's got anything left for them. Here they come to the line. McNair is going to actually get third, and Metuchen's going to go down to fifth. So what else is going on here? The girls' shot put relay. Stacy St. Paul from Rahway High School was first. Then Zia Mary Battle from Ferris High School was second. Kitty Ash from Brick was third. Then it was Sophia Martinez from Union Catholic who got fourth. Union High School's Cynthia Ozarumba was fifth. Sixth was Kylan Lampkin from Piscataway. Seventh was Dominique Gaskins for Union. Eighth was Tony Caliolo from North Brunswick High School. Ninth was Casey Lopez from Brick Township. And 10th was Gillian Sala from Freehold. In the boys 4x100 relay, Rahway High School was first, then Seton Hall Prep. Third was Colonia. Fourth was Linden. Fifth was Bridgewater Raritan. And sixth was Snyder. After the girls' relays have now been complete, the boys, our final event we'll be broadcasting today on the podcast will be the boys 4x200. As the boys get going, the first of what is said to be 9 heats here for the boys. So once again, I'm Eddie Kalegi. Dylan Manfred could not be here today, so it'll just be me bringing it to you as we wrap up our broadcast, but there's still several more events going on all over Metuchen School's property for the next few hours here. The big day at Metuchen High School, Metuchen Relays. We're off here in the first boys 4x2. I believe that's East Brunswick first. Don't quote me on that. We'll take a look once they get closer. It's a good battle for first, though, as they head towards the first handoff. The record in the 4x2 for the boys, for a small division, it's Metuchen, a 129.77. For the large division, it's Old Bridge, a 129.67. These boys really hustling right here. Let's see who's going to be up front. St. Joseph's, Seton Hall Prep, really close. Rutgers Prep is right there. Here they come. Seton Hall Prep is going to come across. Here they come to the second handoff. Who's going to get it? And it looks like Seton Hall Prep's going to get the jump, but St. Joseph's is pretty close behind. What will Seton Hall Prep do? Will they be able to? St. Joseph's loses the baton, and that's going to end their chances. They are way behind now. They're going to fall all the way back to fifth. Seton Hall Prep looking to cruise here and try to hang on. Final handoff was clean. Let's see if they can finish it out. A good run coming from second. Will they be able to hold on? It's close, but Seton Hall Prep is really good. The run from second place is coming, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Seton Hall Prep is taking it here in the first heat.
Lane 1, UVA. Lane 2, York Township. Lane 3, Westfield. Lane 4, Metuchen. Lane 5, Ferris. And lane 6, Linden.
As you may have heard from Coach Holleran, Metuchen is going to be racing in this one in the boys relay in the 4x2. So far from Metuchen today, they have one victory, and it came in the 4x100 for the boys. Let's see if they can do it, just doubling the distance. They came up short in the girls 4x200, but got the victory in the boys 4x1. Let's see if they can do it in the 4x2. Metuchen's bringing some of their best runners in for here. Let's see what will happen as they get stuff ready here for this. As I said, this is the final event we'll be broadcasting today on the podcast. We'll be back Wednesday with a brand new show, and we'll be broadcasting some baseball games as this season goes on. We'll let you know when those will be on Twitter. So Metuchen is in this race. This is their fourth event of the day. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do here. As they just get everybody set and ready to go. As Metuchen gets down and ready along with everybody else. The hand goes up, the gun about to fire. And off they go, and they're underway here in the second heat for the boys. Looks like Metuchen is currently running second. Yep, and that's Avi Hogan-Appel trying to get to the lead here. The junior sprinter for the Bulldogs trying to do something. Jydrer waits for it. Actually, no, not Jydrer yet. There's the handoff, and there's the second one for Metuchen, and Metuchen's got the lead right now. Metuchen's got the lead. Here they come. Westfield is right there. Linden not too far behind. This is going to be a tight race. These handoffs will be key. The hand goes to Sean Watson. A little bit of hesitation, and Metuchen's going to fall to second. Westfield ahead. Linden is back to third. Sean Watson is going to hand it off next to Jydrer. Jydrer had a big run at the end of the 4x100 to help lead Metuchen to that victory. Sean Watson, though, with a good run, and he's going to get the lead here as the final handoff coming. Can he get the handoff to Dreher cleanly? He does. Can Jydrer run it? Jydrer is really hustling. Can he get Metuchen their victory in the 4x200? He's got a solid gap over second place Westfield. Can Westfield get a run? Here comes Linden. It's going to be close. Jydrer, though, is hustling. Second place won't get there. Metuchen's going to win the 4x200 for the boys in heat number 2. A time of just about 1:32, only a couple seconds off the record. Great job there by Metuchen as they get their second victory of the day. And now the boys have won the 4x100 and 4x200 heats.
Section 3, Edison, lane 1, North Bergen 2, Union 3, Longbank 4, Roselle 5, Edison 6.
So Edison, North Bergen, Roselle, and others will be participating here in this third race. Edison actually has 2 sets running in this third heat. As they get ready to run. Third race about to get going here on the Metuchen High School podcast, live from Metuchen Relays. Still a cloudy day, and it still seems pretty cold out there. See everybody bundled up who's not running, but we'll see if it warms up as the day goes on. It's a busy day here at Metuchen High School as we host the first big event of the spring track season here. It's the Metuchen Relays. And off we go. Edison High School's got runners in 1st and 5th to start, and a good start for Edison High School right here. Good battle, though. three runners really coming up towards the front, and I believe that's Roselle. We'll get a check on that. As here comes the first handoff. Great first handoff for the school in white and burgundy. We'll take a look at exactly who that is as they come by. That's Union. So Union High School. Long Branch is second. Edison is back to fourth and fifth, respectively. Union with a big lead. Union has been one of the schools who have really been strong today, along with Union Catholic, East Brunswick. Those have been three of the big leading schools today on the track, as Union is up front. And Long Branch, who was second, has fallen back to fourth. This will be the key handoff. Can Union get a clean handoff? They've got a solid lead of at least a second right now. Here's the handoff. There they go. The Union runner is really gunning it through 3 and 4, and let's see if he can make it through. Coming towards the final corner, the Union runner is running hard, and I don't know if anybody else will be able to catch him. Union's final sprinter comes flying by, and here he comes towards the final part, and it's going to be Union taking it in 1 minute and 33 seconds, and they'll win this third heat. Close battle, and it's Union who ends up taking the victory.
Section 4, Old Bridge 1, Union Catholic 2, North Plainfield 3, North Huntington 4, Christian 5, Colonial 6. On the track now.
It's been the two Unions who have really led the way, those being Union High School and Union Township and Union Catholic. And now Union Catholic is going to try to see what they can do. They've been strong in a lot of the girls' races. The boys' races, I don't think they've won any yet, but let's see what they can do here. This is the fourth heat for the boys. They get ready to go. Very busy day here at Metuchen High School with the Metuchen relays. And as I said earlier, there is events going on all over the property. You've got javelin going on just to the right of this track and football field. Behind us in the bus circle, there's shot put. It's a busy day. There's long jump going on. It's a very busy day here. And up in the press box, we got tons of medals lined up. It's a very busy day here at Metuchen High School. All right, so here we go. The fourth about to get started. The fourth heat race here for the boys. Metuchen themselves have a couple of victories today. The boys won their heats in the 4x2 and the 4x1. So they ready to go, and off they go. Good start from Old Bridge. Union Catholic is back to fifth. As here they come down the back part of the track. Past the 50-yard line goes the leader, and here they come towards the first handoff, right over before entering the third turn. It's going to be a clean handoff, but a little bit of hesitation, though, and a new leader in red. We'll see who that is. Looks like New Providence as they come by. New Providence is first. Union Catholic has fallen back to third. Galway is fourth. Second handoff. A lot of hesitation from the runners in second place, as meanwhile it's going to be a big lead now for New Providence.
Okay. Sorry about that, guy. I just don't have access to the PA system.
I'm sorry. This is going to get loaded, right?
New Providence. Handoff. Let's see if it's clean. It looks like it is. And they've got a pretty solid lead, but a big run here coming from second place. It could get close. The runner in second is trying to gain and giving it all he's got. Here they come. New trying to hang on. Colonia trying to give it all they got here. But it looks like New Providence is going to get it. New Providence runs a 132 and wins this heat. Good battle there, Union Catholic and Rawley. Looks like Rawley got third. Union Catholic was fourth in this relay.
Next section on the track, Linden in 1, East Brunswick 2, Union 3, A.L. Justin 4, Delaware Valley 5, and Snyder 6.
A lot of big schools who have been strong today are going to be in this one, including Snyder, who's really proved to be big from Jersey City. Union's had some good runs. East Brunswick was able to successfully sweep the boys 4x8, winning both of the heats. So we'll see what will happen here. This could be a highly competitive heat as they all got lined up at their positions here in the first turn of the track. East Brunswick is in the second lane from the bottom. All the way up on the top is Snyder, and Snyder has had that lane multiple times before today and have excelled a lot.
No.
No? Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else out there, Tom, come in?
All right.
Waiting for the hand to go up and the gun to fire, and we'll be just about ready to get going here in this next heat. Off they go, and it's Snyder trying to get the jump from the start. Snyder from Jersey City, they've been strong all day. Let's see if they can get a victory. They've already won one event today. Let's see if they can do it again. Union once again trying to get another good run. They're in third right now. First handoff. A little bit of hesitation, more than a little. Snyder's going to fall all the way back to third. Union is going to take the lead. Union trying to win yet another event as they come hustling down here the front straightaway. And it's going to be Union. Union being pretty strong here, and a little bit of hesitation there too. A lot of hesitation here in these handoffs, and here comes Snyder trying to come back. Snyder is currently in second. Union is the leader. As Union trying to hang on. Coming to the final handoff. Union Snyder, good battle for second. It's a clean handoff right to Union. Let's see if they can do it.
A medical alert bracelet was found.
Union coming through the final turn, and Union, the runner, is turning on the Jets. Snyder's got a chance. Delaware Valley, I don't think it's going to get second. They're falling back. It's going to be to the line. Union striding in for first. Snyder second. Delaware Valley third. East Brunswick grabs fourth. Linden in fifth. So Union continuing their hot stretch today on the track and getting another victory here in the 4x2 for the boys. In heat race number 6, I believe.
Section 6.
Actually 5, so this is section 6 right here. Scheduled to be 9, so we'll bring you all 9 and however many there are altogether, and then that's where we'll wrap it up for today. The rest of the Metuchen relays won't be broadcasted. Just so you know, the next events are the 1,600 meters for the girls and the boys, and then the 100-meter hurdles for the girls and the boys. As the runners get ready on track here for heat number 6. Let's see who can get the advantage here. So since we won't be broadcasting the rest of it, I mean, it's chilly, but it's bearable. And it's a fun day. There's stuff going on everywhere. I really think you guys, if you're listening and you got nothing to do, you should come out. I mean, it's a busy day. There's lots of stuff going on. Refreshments available. It's an exciting day here at Metuchen High School. So meanwhile, this heat race number 6 for the boys 4x2 is off. And we'll see exactly which schools are participating once they come around. It's the first handoff. It's a school in blue who's up front. Good, close battle here for the lead. It's the Raiders. I don't know exactly which school that is. Westfield, though, is going to get by them. Brick is back in 5th place. They're last out of the 5. So meanwhile, right now, first place, it's Westfield trying to get another victory. Really, it's been mainly the girls' track that's been having the success for them today. They don't have a boys' victory, but it's getting pretty close between them and the Raiders. Let's see what's going to happen. Still one more handoff, and they are deadlocked, side by side, coming towards the final handoff. This is the key, and they both have clean handoffs. Looks like they do, and we could have a close battle. Westfield gets a little ahead, but that might just because of the lane that they were in. Coming through the fourth corner. Here they come towards the line. Westfield trying to hang on. The runner from the Raiders giving it all they've got. It could be close. Who's going to get it? He's running hard. Westfield giving it their all. It's going to be close. But coming to the line, it's going to be Westfield running a 1:41, taking the victory here in heat number 6. So Westfield takes the victory here in the 6th heat. So 7th heat.
Deptford 2, Metuchen 3, Oldford 4, Ridley Catholic 5, Lincoln 6.
So Metuchen is going to have a team in here in the 3rd heat. So far Metuchen, in terms of events today and how many they've been victorious in, they're 2 for 4. First event, the 5K at the beginning of the day. Jacob Beecher was running 3rd, but ended up going down with an injury about 7 minutes in. Then the Metuchen boys were successful in the 4x100. Girls were unsuccessful in the 4x2. And then the Metuchen 4x2 also won. Let's see if they can get another victory. They get ready to go. 7th heat here, and off they go. Let's see who can. Rawway gets a good jump here. Rawway started 3rd, and in the black and white, here comes Rawway. They've got a chance, and they're going to take the lead with a full head of steam. If they can have a good handoff here, there's a chance that they could absolutely pull away. Metuchen currently runs in 4th. Clean handoff from Rawway, but a good run on the inside and coming, and it'll be a close battle for the lead here as we hit the halfway mark in just a moment of this heat number 7. Deptford is going to come to 1st. Rawway 2nd. Bloomfield 3rd. Metuchen 4th. Linden 5th. RBC is 6th. Metuchen trying to get a clean handoff, and there it goes. Meanwhile, Deptford is far to the front. Rawway's 2nd. Metuchen trying to hang on in 4th. Red Bank Catholic battles Linden for 5th. Metuchen trying to hang on for 4th. As slowing down slightly as your leaders, they try to hand it off. It's Deptford. Oh, and a hesitation, and that could really cost them. Deptford slowing, trying to get sped up. Now with the full head of steam, here comes the runners in 2nd place. This could be a close battle. Deptford trying to hang on. Here comes Bloomfield. Bloomfield's going to get past Deptford. Rawway 3rd. Falling back slightly is Metuchen. They're back to 5th. Metuchen trying their best to try to finish in the top 5, and winning it there was Bloomfield. Metuchen's going to get 5th, holding off Linden and finishing out of the bottom. So a good job there by Metuchen. A little bit of hesitation there was what cost Deptford on that last handoff. Runner thought he had it in his hand, had to back up slightly, and that's what really cost them, even though they had such a big lead. And coming by and getting the victory there was Bloomfield. So it looks like 2 more heats to go, and that'll be it for today's broadcast. So we want to thank everybody who's tuned in today. Obviously, with the podcast, we got to thank all of our sponsors. A thank you to Farmers Insurance, Optique Unique, Black Belt Institute, Metuchen Savings Bank, Main Street Barbershop, What's the Scoop, and Reflections on Maine. For the shows, of course, we got to thank Ms. Glaive for the space, Ms. Wisniewski for the club advisor, and to all of our guests. We'll have a new show coming on Wednesday, so be sure to check that one out. And we'll have some baseball broadcasts coming later in the month, so we'll let you know of when those will be on our Twitter page and also here on the YouTube channel. So the 8th heat about to get going here. Let's see what happens here. 8th heat about to get ready to go. And off they go, they're underway. Good jump from the outermost lane, but a good run from the man who started 4th. He is already up to 3rd and is going to challenge for 2nd here as they come through the 2nd turn. They come towards the first handoff of this race. And we'll see once they come around exactly who's in front. As here they come through. Whoa, big run through third and fourth turn. Really great handoff and a great run here. And coming through, it's Denellen. Denellen with a huge lead. Delaware Valley battles for second. Bloomfield is back in fifth. Second handoff. Very clean from Denellen. Little bit of hesitation from Delaware Valley, and Denellen has a huge lead. Delaware Valley, though, is going to hang on to second. There's a lot of trouble there on the handoff from a lot of different runners. Denellen with a huge lead as they come down on the back part of the track. Denellen across the 50-yard line on the football field. Coming towards the final handoff. Here it comes. Will it be clean? It will. Denellen trying to hang on. Here they come through the third and the fourth turn. Denellen trying to get their first victory of the day. Here comes Denellen. Hustling hard. Can they get it? They've got a huge lead, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch them. Here they come. Denellen, with a very fast time, gets their first victory on the track of the day, running a 1:40. Delaware Valley is going to challenge for second. Bloomfield got up to fourth at the end. So I believe there's one more heat coming. We'll see, or that might have been it. We'll wait for the official confirmation. And actually there is still one more heat here, and that will be the last race we do today here on the Metuchen High School podcast. Looks like Metuchen's going to have a team in this one, so this is a great way to wrap it up to see if Metuchen can do something here late. Metuchen already 2 victories today in the 4x200, the 4x100 for the boys. Heats they do have a victory in, with the team including Jai Dreher, Sean Watson, and Avi Hogan Appel. As Metuchen gets ready to go here.
Okay, we got North Plainfield in 2. Metuchen in 3, McNair in 4.
Here they go, we're underway. Only 2 in this one. It's Metuchen versus Bloomfield. As here comes Metuchen. On a stumble for Metuchen. Not the way they would have wanted that one to go. And now it's a huge lead now for, North Plainfield, that is, ahead of Metuchen. If that's North Plainfield, I think I've accidentally been calling them New Providence for the first 3 hours of this podcast. That is New Providence. I don't know. Anyway, Terrence Lim, the freshman from Metuchen, trying to catch up. He'll be handing it off to Lionel Sequeira next. I did not see for sure. I think there was another Metuchen freshman, Yoon Hyan, that fell, and I think that was. Looks like he's all right, though. He's walking just fine. North Plainfield / New Providence, they are up front. Metuchen is pretty far behind, but still one more chance if there's any sort of a mess up here, but it is going to be a clean handoff of the baton. As Metuchen trying to still get a solid time here. North Plainfield, though, is up here for a very good time at now 1:30 as they come through the final corner. Here they come, hustling hard and coming towards the line. Very good lap. 2 laps here for North Plainfield. 1:45 as Metuchen's going to come by. Trying to hustle up. Let's see if they can get anything going. Let's see if they can get it under 2 minutes. They're at 1:56, 1:57, 1:58, and they will cross just as this clock shows 2 minutes. And that's where we're going to wrap up our broadcast for today. So we're going to thank everybody who joined us today for a long broadcast of the Metuchen Relays. Remember, a new show coming on Wednesday. We'll be joined by a wide variety of guests. I'm Eddie Kalegi. We'll see you next time on the Metuchen High School Podcast, the online radio voice of Metuchen High School.